Good morning. Welcome to EPN, where we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day. Today, we are in a very interesting location. We are at the EXP Bar in downtown Vancouver, and we are going to be talking about the EA press conference. My buddy Behr, Safi is here. Baruti, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, this is just the start of the craziness.
Yes.
You know, we did this last year. For you guys who are joining us from last time, you guys kind of know how this goes.
Yep.
This time, we're going to have an audience with us.
We're going to have people with us, and this was the earliest that EXP Bar has ever opened.
I think so.
The staff let us know before we got in here. And this is all thanks to Electronic Arts holding their press conference at 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday.
This is different, isn't it?
It's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
EA has their own E3 is what they do. They say, you know what? We don't want to come to E3 anymore. We're going to have our own E3 event. They call it EA Play. And Jose Sanchez is actually going to be doing the pre-show as we are going live here. I think there's stuff going on with this press conference.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're going to be talking about the announcements, and hopefully there's going to be some surprises. But what's been going on with you, brother? I haven't seen you in a little while.
Everything's been good. Just doing my own thing. Obviously doing stuff on my YouTube channel, helping John out with some of his videos. We made one of the craziest videos that ever went on his channel about like a month ago now, I want to say. But just life has been good, and I'm so grateful to be here with the EP family. I think last year this was one of the funnest experiences to just do the pre-show, to do the breakdown, to just chat with you guys in real time.
Yes.
So make sure you guys talk to us, and Vic will be kind of scrolling down the chat. Just no trolling about Metal Gear Survive like last year, all right? None of that. We're cutting that off from this time. That's going to be an instant timeout.
Yeah, we have. Obviously, it's a little bit different. We're in a live setting, so there's going to be different audio all around us.
Yeah.
And we've encouraged the people that are here that go ahead and make some noise for stuff that they're excited about. And you can see some of the people that are joining us today, which is fantastic. They are actually eating the food and drinking the drinks.
We got some 10 a.m. drinkers here, all right?
Yeah, hopefully nobody's getting hammered behind us.
Yes.
But that would be fun. That would be kind of crazy. But we're happy that you're here. We see. Mitch is here. We got Class FF 101, Traz 107 Plays, Tyler Fisher. We got
Vic with the shout-outs,
David,
guys.
Danny Sullivan. It's awesome to see all of you guys here. This is super cool. So hopefully EA is going to put some big smiles on our faces. We'll do our best to follow along with the chat. Blake, I don't know, are you able to see the chat too? Yeah? Okay, so maybe yell some stuff out if you see stuff that we don't miss. Okay,
yes.
All right, okay, cool.
Thank you, Blake.
Patrick Furtado is here, D9000 is here, Paul Adamson. Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about some of the predictions. Truth be told, I haven't had a lot of time to kind of collect my thoughts. We've been running around, building T-shirts.
Tommy Tallarico said something very great. He says, I don't know anyone who knows as much about video games as you, Vic. So I think you'll be all good, but let's face it. You know, EA probably had one of the worst years in 2017, starting off with Mass Effect Andromeda and that debacle. Then it went to Star Wars Battlefront and the whole Loot Crate fiasco. EA probably has some hearts to win.
Yeah, and not helped by the fact that The Last Jedi was so divisive, and now Solo has done poorly at the box office, and we saw Kelly Marie Tran has left Instagram, so there's just been controversy swirling around Star Wars this whole time. Electronic Arts and DICE has also paid a price through all of that stuff too, which is kind of crappy.
It sucks because they are such a talented studio,
and they built a beautiful game. You know, like I stand by my love for Battlefront 2. It was an amazing experience to play as a Star Wars fanatic, but it was hampered by some decisions. Do you think they're going to say anything about loot boxes in this?
I don't know. To be honest, EA has not had the track record that companies like Sony has, where they've directly stated things in their press conferences. In a way, they've also kind of been not backwards, but they've just been at their time where they just kind of do the same old, like, hey, here's Madden, here's FIFA. Oh, here's a really good shooter that's coming out, or here's a crazy Need for Speed game that's coming out. They'll trickle in a few things there, but I think, obviously the sports games will make their mark, and the sports games obviously are great. We are curious to see actually if NHL is going to get a career mode. I don't know if it had one last year, right?
Where they have the like a story.
A story mode, yeah, because they brought that to Madden last year. That was their big reveal last year,
yes.
And I think it's time for NHL to kind of get that same treatment. We'll see.
They don't have the budgets, which is unfortunate.
That's sell, weird to me.
They sell it's kind of a percentile of what FIFA and Madden do.
Yeah.
And so consequently, they don't get as much stuff to play with. But that's exactly what's missing from that franchise.
But
right?
you know what? It must only get cheaper because once they have the assets and the programming and you know everything set out for all the money they put into the FIFA one, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, they must get easier as years go on. So.
Well, I mean, EA may be wanting to shift some focus to some. I mean, FIFA always is the top dog.
Yeah.
It sells the most internationally. They are kind of the. And in fact, you could point to FIFA as the leader in their loot box decisions as well.
Yeah,
right?
it's true. Yeah, the whole play card game that they have.
Which makes sense, I've always said, in a sports thing, because we're all used to picking up trading cards for our sports franchises over the you know, there's been lots of sports trading card companies that have made tons of money doing exactly the same thing that EA did within their video game, and they turned that game within a game. It kind of works in that, but then they smeared it everywhere. We're going to try not to just do loot box talk all day, okay?
Yeah.
But then they innovate with their sports kind of decisions there, and then it trickles down to everybody else. But as we know, there's a lot of controversy with the NFL right now.
Of course,
there's a ton, and EA may want to do a little damage control and shift some focus to some of the other sports that they have licenses for, like UFC, and I mean, like a story within UFC would be pretty rad as well, right?
That would be great, actually. The UFC is definitely thriving as a company, and their events are getting bigger.
Yep.
That being said, I feel like the damage control will happen. I feel like the big focus, they're probably going to mention this a few times when they reveal Battlefield 5 and show us gameplay or whatever they're going to do. Usually EA has been known to end off their show. Last year was Battlefront. The year before that, it was Call of Duty, Battlefield 1. Call of Duty. But they're definitely going to talk about the fact that the game is not going to have a season pass anymore. Because that is the new focus for Battlefield 5. I think they're trying to remove season passes and expansions just to kind of include everyone in the mix. I feel like they're realizing that player bases are dying quite rapidly when these games come out. So I'm sure they're going to kind of talk about that a decent amount. You're probably going to hear that all the DLC is going to be free quite a few times. They'll make their money off cosmetics or something.
If they are doing that, then that is them full on facing the controversy and commenting on it and sort of acknowledging and having a mea culpa moment. I think all of us that are lifelong Electronic Arts fans kind of want that a little bit.
Of course.
I've been, pretty vocal about my disbelief in their idea that they need to say players first at all within their organization. It's like, well, of course it's players first. I mean, what else you got? You make video games. If you have to remind your people within your company and your customers that you think about your customers, then you're missing something.
Listen,
right?
EA, again, they have a lot to prove. They're probably the publisher that's going to come out here that's going to need to prove the most to the audience, and this is probably people are going to be going into this conference with a bit of a bitter mind, and we have to remember that. So they have, if they're a smart company.
Well, I mean, the rumors of Skate 4, the recent backwards compatibility.
Is it Skate 4 or is it Skate 3?
Skate 4.
Is it Skate 4? Okay.
And something just popped up, right? You guys all want Skate 4? Yes. We all want Skate 4. We want Burnout. We want SSX.
Yeah.
And, the EA Sports big kind of brand would be great to kind of bring back. There's so much in their catalog that they have an opportunity to dive into. Dead Space, Something for Amy Hennig.
Yeah, don't they own NBA Jam as well?
They own NBA Jam.
Like NBA Street.
And NFL Blitz. They own all of these kinds of franchises, and that's what we need to see, is them sort of saying, you know what, it's not just about the investors. It's not just about making them super happy with their investment and their belief here.
That's true.
Let's rally around the flag of the franchise. Command and Conquer. Like, these guys own so
I know.
many things.
It's all trickling to your mind right now. I can tell. Yeah, Road Rash. That's a big one.
I saw Greg Miller tweeting yesterday about he wants a Dead Space and a Road Rash. It's like, I doubt that.
I doubt that, yeah.
But Burnout, man. Honestly, Criterion just killed themselves on the Battlefront games. They did amazing work with the flight combat mechanics on there. Let's showcase what these guys can do again.
Of course. Let's get to that in a little bit on what we hope to see. Let's keep going around the list of the things to expect. Obviously, we talked about the sports games.
He's going to keep us on track.
I'll keep Vic on a lane here, but we'll talk to you guys on the chat too. So keep asking questions. Vic is kind of has a train of thought while he'll try to remember your questions as much as he can. I'm throwing it onto him. Obviously, we're going to see a bit of Anthem.
Yes.
right? That was their big game last year.
Yeah.
They kind of came out revealing it, but they
and
said
and it was Mass Effect too. That was their year. Yeah.
that was their year. Yeah.
Right?
That's not. Yeah. That's,
But
let's
then
not talk about
Battlefield
that.
1, right? Battlefield 1 really brought a lot of people back and surprised people.
It was, but Battlefield 1 was
Oh,
the year
the preview
before.
before, right,
yeah.
but people were
And
still
Star Wars
playing it.
Battlefront 2, which was their big
Yes.
shooter last year.
And Mass Effect at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah, was it? Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, it was. That sounds
I mean,
right.
it's kind of blurring.
Yeah. So many E3 conferences.
Yeah, no,
but
Mass Effect was the spring last year. Yes, because
it was March.
Yeah,
March.
and it was up after Zelda and Horizon, and Mass Effect was supposed to be that wall up, that third huge massive action RPG.
It wasn't a wall,
And
Vic.
it was a wall up in the wrong way. Oh, man.
So we'll
Yeah.
definitely see a decent amount of Anthem. I think that's their new big kind of IP that they're going to try and push
Yes,
and trying to get
100%.
people's hearts back with. So I guarantee they're going to show us either a boss battle or something bigger than we already seen.
Yes.
So expect that to have a presence. This is a stretch because the team has really just become so much smaller.
Yeah.
But there might be just a little snippet of some Battlefront 2 content that's coming out for free. They might be trying to get our hearts back with that. I expect that to just show up. And I know that seems like a bit of a stretch.
You know
but
what they got to do? I mean, we've had Jade Raymond and her team and the EA Vancouver team kind of go silent on what's happening with the Amy Hennig started Star Wars experience.
Yeah,
It'd be great
Visceral
to kind
Games.
of, show us what's going on now with that. Visceral Games closed down. What a year EA had. You're so right.
Yeah.
This is like
This is rough.
This is a turning point year for these guys. They
is
got to
really
come out
bad.
and really show us
Yeah.
some things that really, really excite us about going forward. Because last
worried.
year they had a very exciting E3.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
even though there was some bad news with Mass Effect, they had a lot for us still to get
They
hyped
did.
about.
And you know what? They showed that they were taking some risks. I thought A Way Out was a great partnership as well. And that game turned
that
out to
was
be
successful.
good.
Yeah.
And that was such a small investment for them, right?
Yeah,
It was a small team. The game turned out good. The lead developer had a personality.
Yes.
So that was, I want to see more stuff like that. I want
Yeah.
to see EA kind of believing in small teams.
Yes. Small teams, new IP, but an understanding of the value of their classic IP.
Of course.
And
yeah.
I think they have so many things that are mired in licensing rights and issues because of music that they were always really upfront about. Like they really got ahead of the curve with bringing in bands and sort of soundtracking their work.
Yes.
And now I think that's kind of hampered them and stuck them to these massive contracts. So if they ever wanted to re-release something, that's why SSX3 wasn't sort of brought out or remastered. It was just the same game that you can play again, which was great. But, there's a lot of things to mine in there, and I hope they kind of figure that stuff out.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I thought
Yeah.
Burnout Paradise Remastered was
Amazing. Yeah.
phenomenal. But I think that was also for them to kind of test the waters. I feel like companies do this a lot.
Yes.
I mean, Kojima stated that they did this with Zone of the Enders HD collection way back in the day. I think it was 2012. I want to say it came out.
Yeah.
But that clearly was a test of the waters.
Yeah.
Right. Of is this game going to sell? Are people still interested in this franchise still? I think that's what Burnout Paradise Remastered was to them, was just kind of to see, is there hype for Burnout still?
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if there is. I'm going to probably guess that they're going to go the Need for Speed route again. They might tease a new Need for Speed. I would love a Burnout instead, to be honest, at this point.
Right.
But finally, a big part of this conference probably going to be a huge focus on Battlefield 5.
Yes.
They're going to end off the conference just like last time with Battlefield 5, showing us some gameplay, revealing more multiplayer gameplay, and then they're going to do their EA Play fiasco where they're probably going to invite some more celebrities and Snoop Dogg's going to come in there.
I don't know. I think Fortnite's got all the celebrities this year.
That's
man.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a real. But that's about it for about what we probably expect at this point. A lot of times EA has been, very easy to read, very, very easy to know what they're going to usually do in their conferences. They've never really shaken up the game too much.
Yeah.
Where I feel like companies like Sony have really found that formula quite well. I mean, even Microsoft has had some pretty solid press conferences, not so much in the Xbox One life cycle, but during the 360 days, I felt like Xbox was doing much better press conferences. EA needs to do that this year.
Yeah.
They need to come out with the bangers and really.
Do you think they're going to bring out NFL players?
It's cool. And I know the controversy and all that, but honestly,
I mean, they have so many. Like, they have a Star Wars controversy, they have a Mass Effect controversy, they have a BioWare, they have the NFL stuff. Like, they have all of this sort of bad blood around loot boxes. EA is against the wall here a little bit.
Has it ever been successful though when they've brought out celebrity players and whatnot? It just always seems so weird and awkward. And they even brought out the guy from the FIFA.
They brought out Muhammad Ali. They brought out Pele. They brought amazing people up on stage.
They have,
You know? And I think that's been incredibly successful. But it's a very different time right now. You know, there is a lot of skepticism.
Yeah.
You know,
they need to surprise us.
Yeah.
I think it just needs to be a different EA conference.
Yes,
and that's a lot. So we'll talk to some viewers here. We'll answer some viewer questions, but then we'll talk about what we hope to see and our personal wish lists. You guys can join in with us on the stream chat. So let us know whatever you guys want to.
Yeah, totally. Chris Burns is saying, "Are you guys going to stream and comment on the E3 conferences this year?" Absolutely, that's what we're doing, Chris. We're waiting for the EA live stuff to start going. It's got a timer on here that's at 39 minutes, so I feel like they're going to do a pre-show probably in 9 minutes or something like that, and then they're going to do the main stage thing. So they said 10:30, but I think that's for their pre-show thing. So you never really know exactly when these things start to the second.
Yes, that's right.
So we'll just keep rapping, and we'll keep talking about all this stuff. If you've got questions, help us out by putting it all into all caps so we can see it clearly. Sub-Zero-Z wants a Skate collection, please.
That'd be great.
That would be incredible. Skate 1 through 3 and Skate 4 announced.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. I mean, I would see the remastered, and they would like to test the waters. I think that companies do that all the time. So, but that would be amazing. Would be great.
It's early. I agree. A lot of speculation going on right now. Chris Burns says. Powder Keg says, "What's up, guys?" We're up. We're waiting for EA. They confirmed no new hardware announcement this year. No, I don't think so. Question from Chris Burns: expecting any news on PlayStation 5 on the E3? And somebody responded that that Sony won't have a
new
PlayStation 5 this year. They said no new hardware, so no Switch PlayStation 4, which is
what I want. That's big as a Switch-obsessed man ever since he got that thing.
Who owns the James Bond games license? Sub-Zero-Z with some good questions. I don't think anybody wants that right now. I think Activision tried some stuff with Brosnan's work, and also, hey man, how you doing? Good to see you. Grab a seat. We are live. How you doing?
Vic interacting with the audience right now, doing 3 jobs at once.
Get a drink, get some food. And we have T-shirts over there if you guys are interested.
That being said, the James Bond license, I mean, they tried with the Wii game. It was the GoldenEye reboot, and then they brought that over to PlayStation, Xbox, and I don't know. I don't think it did crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was when the shooter franchise was just filled. This game came out when Call of Duty was at the top of the world. Right. And now that space is being covered by Fortnite.
Yes.
And obviously there's still Battlefield coming out.
Yeah.
Just the shooter genre is a very weird place to get into right now, or multiplayer shooter genre, I should say.
Yeah, and the movies are working, but licensing James Bond is a little tricky right now, and I almost feel like they need to kind of reboot the whole movie world.
I think so, yeah. I think you're right.
Start with a young guy, I think, and shake it all up. And this is a great question.
Yeah.
Because I love James Bond, and I grew up with him, but I think he's a little out of time for a lot of the younger audience out there. And I think if they went, if I had the rights, I would say, let's go retro. Let's go back into when the Cold War was really a big, part of the world. Let's have them do missions in Cuba or whatever.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And make it in the 60s or late 50s, and make it period, but have some cool gadgets and things that were ahead of their time. And just make it really stylish, and let the guy kind of grow up, and then maybe do a Logan type thing, where you've got an old Bond that is like in charge of recruits or something like that, and has to. I don't know, but I think you got to shake it up. I don't think you just keep doing the same thing.
Every series needs a Logan from now on.
Hell yeah, man! That worked out so well. Patrick Furtado, MS will do anything to get anyone to buy anything from them, Tyler Fisher says, and it says hint not working. Ooh, with the cold shots early in the morning right here. Siles Kevin wants to see what they have planned with the Star Wars IP. So do I, and so does every Star Wars fan in the world right now.
I don't think there's going to be anything new. I'd be very surprised if they reveal a new franchise, a new IP. It'd be awesome. I'd be super excited. But like you said, I think because of the bad rap from Battlefront 2, and then the movie's not doing as hot.
This would be an awesome time for Respawn to take the stage and show us that, and also Amy Hennig.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Right?
And Respawn is working on that Star Wars game.
They are, and you know what I would love for, because the EA hasn't done anything to let Amy speak about what's happened, and I believe she still works there. I believe she's still at Electronic Arts, and it's so weird. And she has so much experience with drafting storytelling around characters that we love. I am a huge Amy Hennig fan. I think
she's amazing. Yeah.
And I feel like maybe the best role for her is to be a creative director corporate-wide for a lot of these Star Wars narratives.
But one thing we got to remember, Vic, like EA, with their conferences, they're not like Ubisoft. It's not about the story of the developers and those moments with the developers that Ubisoft gives.
Every once in a while, though, they bring the cameras in and they show
they
show a little bit of the love and the passion. Like they've cut together some good pieces. You know?
Oh yeah.
But it's a lot more corporate. It's a lot more coordinated.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And I think that the viewers, they're smart.
Yeah.
People realize that. They can sense that. You can feel that watching a conference. So. I mean, that would be great, but man, that will be a shocker if that happens, really.
Yes. Well, I would love for her to be there. Workaway says he's coming down on Monday. Going to be great to see you and meet you in person. How are you, Vic, from Nova Scotian? I am doing great. Let's see what else is going on. Burnout Collection, Burnout Revenge, Jason Eastwood. Burnout Revenge is backwards compatible. The backwards compatible on Xbox One is honestly the best reason to get the machine right now.
It's so good. I was playing Ninja Gaiden a few days ago, and it looked so good. Like the original Xbox Ninja Gaiden, I was playing Black.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was beautiful.
Panzer Dragoon, SSX3. Did you get the X?
I did.
And do you have 4K TV?
Yes. Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
It's ridiculous.
It's a really good machine. Yeah.
It's so good.
And the Game Pass stuff. We'll talk about Microsoft all tomorrow.
Yes.
There's that's a conference I'm actually really interested in to see what they're going to do, but we'll get to that.
Psychonauts 2 info for E3 from Rods27. It's coming out next year, and I talked to Tim earlier this year about when are we going to get together and get on camera again, and he said next year is when the game comes out. So. It's all good. Are you waving to us or? Oh, waving? Okay, cool.
Blake, shout-outs to Blake, guys. Give Blake some love in the chat, too. He's making everything happening.
Is Mitch. Now, Mitch, are you in the room right now, Mitch? Oh, yes. Mitch is here, and he's on the chat. He's double in the crowd. I love it.
You can come.
Mitch, you want to tell us why you want a new SSX game? I don't know if people can hear you from back there.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Come on over here.
Let Mitch come in here.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yes.
You got a 1 minute pitch right now to tell us why SSX needs to happen.
First of all, do you work for Electronic Arts?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
Would you like to work for Electronic Arts on a new SSX game?
I'd love to. Okay. I think it's time that we have like a good couch co-op kind of arcadey game.
Yes. And we've got 16:9 widescreens everywhere, right?
Yeah,
So there's room for it. Is SSX one of your favorite franchises?
No. I haven't played it though. Like I love them,
But that's what EA needs. Some more stuff like that.
more stuff like
Mitch,
that.
you're like the king of dead franchises. You like SSX. You're wearing a reboot shirt.
Yes.
Like,
No, Reboot is back.
well, no, it's not back. It doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about
All right. let's like what do you think EA needs to do to SSX to I guess make it fresh and cool? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know. We could have like pretty big multiplayer component, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a lot in the old games, but I'd love to have like 16 players or like 32 even.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be closer to the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, more multiplayer.
More multiplayer
Couch
online
co-op.
mode and some couch co-op.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
need
split
that.
screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something that's been missing from a lot of games, obviously we talk about all the time on this show, is that, couch co-op kind of,
Totally.
it's gone these days. I think Nintendo is probably one of the few companies still really pushing that, but that would be amazing. That's totally right. I mean, it's sad. What was it called? Steep from Ubisoft? Sadly, that game just did not deliver the same heart that we were really expecting, and they were going a whole like multiplayer route with that game too. But it was
too convoluted.
It was really weird,
and they tried to throw in too many things. I don't know if we can. I don't know how the audio is. Is it right here? It's okay.
Okay.
We got Bruce Wayne. Is he the most dangerous man on the planet? I think so, yes. It's all in his mind, baby.
Yeah.
It's not just in his muscles. I think that question was just for me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm also hoping for a Dante's Inferno sequel. Siles, Kevin. I don't think so.
That's
buddy.
another dead franchise.
That is not. I mean, if you did a stacking order of the sort of which ones are more likely, I think that's way down here, right? Command and Conquer needs to come back, man. You got love for your reboot shirt.
It's amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
give
So
people
good.
digital high five. Right there.
Yeah. Put your
Reboot
palm.
shirt. Yes, I
Yeah.
love it. Is EA a good company when it comes to games? From K Bro Evan. K Brown Evan. Is EA a good company? Yes. Absolutely, they are a great company when it comes to games. They've made some amazing franchises over the years, but like every huge, massive global corporation, they have a lot of things that sort of get in their way, and they have a lot of people to appease and lots of people to keep happy. And there are two friends right now, so we're live right now from the press conference. I think this one may be, that screen may be a little bit sooner, so we'll do our best to kind of keep up.
I mean, of course, Jose Sanchez looking good. Look at him.
Look at Foobs.
Look at those.
Looking so good.
Look at those
Yes.
biceps, man.
Yes.
Jose's been in the gym. You guys know, but obviously he's been doing this for how many years now in a row for EA?
3 or 4
Is it
years.
3 or 4? Yeah. So he's been doing a good job, man. Jose's always so entertaining to watch. But
And Andrea Renee as well. I love her too. She's a veteran in this business now too. Works with Greg Miller and the Kind of Funny team.
That's awesome.
Has her own brand. I think it's called What's Up Gaming, and she's been kicking butt. She works with lots of different people and lots of different companies, and she's a blast and super knowledgeable. And this is amazing to see these two hosting this thing together like this. So this is cool. And I guess we're going to get a little tease of some of the stuff that they're going to be talking about. I mean, we know Battlefield 5 is coming. Are you excited about Battlefield 5?
Okay.
Yeah.
I played like 400 hours of Battlefield 1. I'm so excited.
could see it in his eyes.
A lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So World War II is cool. And the sort of new technologies of World War II, ramping it up from World War I a little bit.
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of like cool customization, which
Yeah.
is what I've been looking for, and kind of a more tactical aspect.
And probably they'll announce a single player just to stick it in the ribs for the Call of Duty guys a little bit.
Yeah, a little
Of
bit.
course.
Yes.
I don't think as the Battlefield games, they've always had a single player.
They've always sucked though, until
Yeah.
more recently
Yeah,
they've gotten
that's
a little
true,
bit better.
that's true,
right? And now it's like Call of Duty's like, we don't need it.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to fare? You think that's going to affect Call of Duty sales this year?
I think so. I mean, I think that sabotage that EA did, was it 2 years ago now with Titanfall and Battlefield 1 coming out? Like,
Yeah.
it's really, I don't know, I don't just see people talking about Call of Duty as much anymore, especially with Fortnite being free to play and that's just being the #1 watched game everywhere. I just feel like there's a lot of steam being taken away from the shooters, right? Because even if it's a third-person shooter, a first-person shooter, there's still only so many that could exist and be so successful at the same time.
I mean, we've been to some of the Call of Duty events, and they are massive.
Yeah.
And there's lots of people playing for lots of big dollars and stuff. The multiplayer is a huge part of it, and I feel like that's where they're sort of banking on that. But I do feel like they've opened the door to EA here, because they're likely going to announce the Battle Royale mode in Battlefield 5.
Yeah, which is
right?
yeah.
And because they were so close to that already anyways,
Yeah.
and so there's going to be that and a single player and a story component, because they've just been getting stronger with that kind of work as well. And it's going to look better than Call of Duty, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. I just don't expect a amazing reaction from the viewers and the audience. I think that it's almost become a joke or a meme at this point of just adding a battle royale mode to everything. Like add a battle royale mode to Street Fighter.
I would like to see a Madden Battle Royale mode, where all the players just have to chase each other around and tackle each other.
These are Vic's bad fantasies, guys. A Madden battle royale.
NHL Battle Royale, just skating around, whacking each other in the face with
This
sticks.
is why Vic doesn't work for EA. All right, guys.
Attack of the Pixels has a great comment. Hey, Vic, just watched all the classic EP episodes on your channel. It's been a nostalgic blast. You planning on adding more seasons? And thanks for 22 years of gaming news. You are very welcome. We actually launched the website in '95, so we are 23 years.
Wow.
On our 24th year. This is the 24th E3 that I'm going to be heading to. I've been to all of them. This is the first time, though, I have ever live streamed with an audience like Mitch.
Yes.
We've never had people just come and hang out with us before. I can't ship them, but we're working on. Oh yes, we can sell this. Yes. Yes,
I can run the show if you want to go get up for a second.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go
You and
sell
Mitch
a
can get up.
T-shirt.
Oh, you can just
Okay, all right. They're $25. They're all up on the table right there. I think you wear
Right now.
an extra large. I think.
Ladies and gentlemen watching at home,
Yeah, hold it up to you right there. They're
So-
right up on the table right there.
what's happening now is
red.
as Blake is trying to
EP shirts.
Blake is trying to throw Vic to the wolves, trying to see how much Vic can multitask. If Vic can talk about E3, have a guest on the show, and sell T-shirts while making a
keep up with the chat
transaction
a little bit.
at the same time, and keep up with the chat. Welcome to
And also throw in to Andrea, Renee, and Jose as well.
Yes.
So, right. Luckily, there's no games on there because I'd be like, squirrel!
That's what happens when you've been doing it for this many years.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Blake's actually doing it. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so-
All right, yeah, we are figuring out an online store situation. 25 cash only though. Okay. But we're figuring out an online store. We've had lots of people ask about how to pick one of these things up. They turned out pretty good.
Oh, they look amazing.
Right?
They're
Yeah.
so good. I'm gonna wear mine tomorrow.
Very
I just
happy.
didn't want to,
Tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
yes,
Background.
yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Dope.
Because Vic and I match too much. There's too much plaid going on.
Yeah, we're
you know?
off the plaid this year.
We are.
Holy crap.
This is gonna be a
Don't
no
adjust your sets. Does it need some change?
no plaid.
$10. Okay, I owe you $10. Okay, that's amazing. Okay,
To Blake real quick.
what's his name? Brendan? Oh, right on. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
So guys, we have now about 24 minutes left on the stream.
Grab
So I feel like we should get
thank you.
to the
Very
Vic's
cool.
meeting people.
Hey, Blake, here's your change.
We should get to the point where we talk about the things that we hope to
Canadian
see.
money, everybody. It's
Yeah.
it's like play money.
Looks like Monopoly money. Vic, let's talk about what we hope to see in this conference. This is our wish list.
Oh my God, Madden's here! Woo! Oh,
Vic.
okay.
We'll talk wish list and just things that probably are not going to happen, but
Okay.
might happen because
Yes.
of the timing, because of the anniversaries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Vic, I'll let you start it off first. What's on your mind for what EA needs to do and needs to show to make this?
I think they need to
Successful.
tap into, and you agree with me on this, their legacy. They need to go back to
Yep.
some of the stuff that made them the juggernaut company that they are.
Yeah.
And celebrate that and show us that they haven't forgotten about EA players from way back in the day. Now they have brands like Battlefield, which are so massive that they kind of connect to the history of the company.
Yeah.
But they need to, they did it with SSX. They got great publicity when they did the Burnout remaster. And the Skate 4 sort of trademark thing just popping up and just like this blip out there creates a ripple across the industry going, oh my God, this is cool.
Yeah.
They might not be the blockbusters, but I feel like EA can't do $2 billion on every game. They can't
Yeah.
they can't say this is the only way we conduct business is if we manage to make it a AAA massive, take all players kind
It
of
is.
thing. They need to kind of bring people to the medium in lots of ways.
Yeah.
And lots of scales. And honestly, the A Way Out was a great example. Like that exceeded expectations. They didn't expect it to sell as many as it did.
Yeah.
And I think most people came away quite happy with that.
It did.
You know?
It was a more budget title.
Yes.
I think it sold for $30 or $40 here
Yeah.
in Canada. And that's actually what I want to see on the flip side. Obviously, going back to their roots and that history of amazing franchises they have, but most of all, I want to see them work with more small developers and just bring out some new IPs.
Mitch, did you just send this message?
I did not, no, but that would be great. Star
Okay.
Wars 1313. Yeah.
Is there another Mitch? Do we have two Mitches?
We have two
I thought that
Mitches.
was you, Mitch.
We have
Okay.
two.
Okay, so this is Bring Back Star Wars 13. What's your last name?
Ellerton.
How do you say that?
Ellerton.
Ellerton. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Mitch Ellerton. Got a great comment here from Cooper Bobo saying they need to get current with modern presentations, know the audience who's watching, and focus on games. Stop doing the 20-minute awkward moments with forced sports celebs. But let's be honest here, okay, guys? It's
Part of
huge.
their business.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that they're showing us in their pre-show.
Yeah.
People are playing Madden right now, and it looks like they're doing the mobile version of Madden. They're showing.
think so.
That
Yeah.
looks amazing. That looks so good.
Yeah, it looks-
But Madden is what makes everything possible. It's the machine. Madden and FIFA run EA. You know, if you think of them corporately as a global powerhouse, it's the money they make from these massive sports deals that cost them a fortune to make and license from these leagues. And everybody wins in that equation, but it also gives them money to spend on a way out. And
Yeah.
what was that Unravel game from a
Unravel.
few years
Yes,
ago?
that's right, yeah,
Right. And
It's a good one.
You know, and Faye, which I never actually played that. I need to play that Faye game. But
I mean, they have connections with people, and if they can seek out talent like a way out, that would be a huge win for them if they have another title like that kind of come
I
out.
think we could do like a really kind of cool single-player Star Wars game.
Of
That's, like,
course.
story-based.
Yeah.
We haven't seen like anything like
I
that.
mean, they
in, like,
basically shut that down, bro.
Yeah.
20,
They basically said,
2005.
yeah, we don't want that. Amy, fire your team. No, it wasn't that messy.
It was
but-
scary though.
So, crazy prediction time. Vic, you're going to slap me over the head for this. But
Yeah.
in October 14th, 2008, a game came out, and you guys probably know, and you guys who are fans of the franchise,
Yeah.
a 10-year anniversary is coming up for it.
Dead Space?
Yes.
Yes.
And if there is no...
How do they make Dead Space after
And-
they let go of Visceral?
To be honest with you,
How do
Vic,
they do that?
To ask for Dead Space 4 would be too much.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to
A
happen.
remaster.
A remaster of
That
Dead
would-
Space 1
that would
or
be incredible.
of the original trilogy.
Right.
I think this is the time to do it.
3 was
And-
a total misstep, though. It was
Yeah.
like they wanted it to be an action game, and they
It was weird. A co-op
absolute-
action. I think they were looking at Resident Evil 5 too much.
They blew it.
It was
on that.
weird.
1
But
and 2 were incredible, though.
that being said, with
Yeah.
these remasters, a lot of times companies and large publishers, they actually outsource the material to
Right.
these companies who just do the remasters for them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the fact that they did Burnout Paradise remastered recently, there's a pretty good chance that we might see, and I know I'm being really hopeful here.
A new Burnout.
No, the fact that a Dead Space,
Oh, a Dead Space
like a
remaster.
remastered collection,
Yeah.
or just the first game, might happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to do something. If they don't celebrate the 10 years with this franchise, I'll be quite disappointed because it's coming up, man.
Oh, that would be amazing, but it would
Yeah.
also be a stab in the heart for everybody that worked at Visceral on those games, and
Yeah.
that they had to let go. But I know people that worked with Amy, worked at Visceral, and the way that we color it and the way that we see it from the outside, and let's face it, EA isn't very good at relaying the touchy-feely elements of these huge decisions,
Yeah.
but it's not as black and white internally. Like
yeah.
EA does know that their priority is to keep good people employed, and they try to offer them different
course.
positions and lots of other things. And I heard that as crappy as the news was of Visceral closing down, EA was solid about how they dealt with it with their people. So maybe there is still some good vibes enough that they could bring that back.
Yeah.
More single-player story-driven games from Jordan Cunningham.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Good. Did EA give up on Fight Night? This is from A. Cavario.
That's a great question, actually.
I think people gave up on boxing is what happened.
To be honest, okay, you're absolutely right.
yeah.
I watch a lot of MMA, and I used to be a big boxing fan, but actually boxing has been getting a lot more exciting as of recent days. Actually,
Yeah.
the reign of the heavyweights is coming back right now with, fighters like Deontay Wilder just being undefeated, and
Right.
there's just it would be a great time for a Fight Night game, I think, to release.
They could do both MMA and
Of course,
and professional
of course.
boxing.
They're totally
Yeah.
different, right? The way the games play, there's a lot more grappling and submissions, and
Jose is- what a goofball! Oh my God, he's still got it. I think we go
gonna
on
be
this
going
for
for another
15
60,
minutes.
yeah.
Jose's the best. Jose.
Oh my God. I would love Fight Night to come back. I just talked about Fight Night Champion as one of the buried treasures, which is spoiler alert, but that's coming up soon. But I love that game and I love that franchise.
Oh, such a good franchise.
I don't know if they have the team to be able to do both of them. Comment: want BioWare with strong announcements for Dragon Age and lots of Anthem gameplay. We are not getting into lots of "I want more sports stuff" from EA comments in the early chat right here.
There's so much BioWare left.
Yes, Rampant Monkey. Why no one talks or even covers XCOM 3? Well, that's a 2K game, but we loved XCOM. XCOM's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's
actually-
2 is a PS Plus.
That's right. Yeah, I was about to
It's on
mention
PS Plus
that.
right now.
So
EA announces Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York remaster.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Those were cool too.
those were amazing
These were
games.
really
They weren't
cool
cool.
games.
Those Fight for
Yes.
New York was an absolute treat
Yes.
of a game. But Def Jam's a very different company than it was back then.
Chat, I want you guys to, in all caps, tell me your favorite. Go back in your memories. Google this if you have to, but go back in your memories. Tell me your favorite EA game of all time. Just one. Don't list the whole list because I won't be able to read them all. All caps, tell me what your favorite Electronic Arts game is. The amount of games that EA has made is incredible, and I don't think it's fair for us to give up hope on this company, right? They always deliver at least one thing that blows our mind every
course.
single year.
I mean, look at all their talented teams. They have a
Yeah.
lot of talented developers. You can't count them out and just completely rag on everything they do.
Sim Ant from EPN.TV. You are a smart ass, Blake. Mass Effect 2 from Kale Rock 750. KOTOR.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Was that an EA game?
That was an
Yeah,
EA
BioWare.
game.
Yeah?
So wasn't that was BioWare by then? Which didn't they
That
always?
was LucasArts, guys.
Was it?
Yeah, LucasArts
okay,
published
see?
that. Yeah, but BioWare wasn't owned by EA
That's
back
true.
then.
Yeah.
I don't think. Burnout, Road Rash, Mass Effect 2, KOTOR, lots of Mass Effects, and SSX 3. We got somebody cheating, putting 2 in there. Chromat, Intersect says Need for Speed Underground 2. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
DJ Self-Esteem, that's impossible, Vic, in all caps. NHL 94 from Neil Matheson, KOTOR, Time Splitters, Future Perfect. That's an IDOS game, guys.
Yeah,
Dead Space, American McGee's Alice from Chris Burns was Dead Space, and Kovalin says American McGee's Alex. Safi Saad, you're the best, Vic. Been watching you for years. Listen, I always read the ones where you say I'm the best.
Yeah, that's
I
the only
find
one.
it-
If you
it's
say,
like my
if you
mind
say
goes,
that,
whoa, really? It's so
you say
bad.
Vic is the worst, Vic will totally just skim past that one.
We got Skate from Captain
really good.
Ahab, The Godfather from Sub-Zero Z. Tyler Fisher says,
Interesting.
this is a hard one. I don't play a lot of EA, but it's Brutal Legend. Patrick Furtado. See, they took a big risk on that, right?
They did take a
right?
big risk.
Yeah, and
How did that game do? I don't know if that
I don't think it did
Not
super
did well.
It's kind of like a
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samium 111 favorite EA game, bar none. Need for Speed 3. Mirror's Edge from Attack of the
Yeah,
Pixels.
Mirror's Edge for sure is up there
Crisis
for me.
Reboot. Tyler Fisher. Vic, you're the second best. Sorry, but it's Tommy. I kid. Okay, how do I block Tyler?
Yeah,
Do I do it?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm
Just give him a
I'm just
little
kidding.
timeout. Blake,
NBA
get on it,
Street
get on it.
Volume 2. You're the best, Vic. Oh shit! Now I'm getting all the. I'm getting. I called them out for myself. Freedom Fighters, a small gem. There's a buried treasure in the making right there. Who made High Heat Baseball 2003? That would have been 3DO right there. Sub-Zero Z. So lots of Brutal Legends.
Wow, interesting. There's a lot of Brutal
Yes,
Legends on
that's
there.
cool. That's
yeah, I mean,
rad.
that was.
So what are we watching right now? I don't know. We're getting an interview.
I
We're
just
getting
heard-
people though, which is cool.
I heard big BioWare fans,
People,
but-
people are better than products. Let's all remember that. Question: could we see a new Skate? Freedom Fighter is also a good one. Johnny McFly, we could see a new Skate today. I think EA, and Jose is being a goofball. I think EA has to surprise us with something wonderful that we're not anticipating, that
Yeah.
we don't expect.
I think it'd be good timing for Skate 2. You know, there's just like what other franchise has really taken that space? Obviously, Tony Hawk tried to have a revival. Was it a year and a half ago or a year ago now? And that
Yes.
was completely abysmal. But I just feel like the Skate franchise totally has a place in the industry.
Yes.
Like I don't think there's any competition in that space. So that'd be a great franchise for them to go. But it's sad. There's a lot of series that they took risks with, like Mirror's Edge. They took a risk with the sequel, with being Catalyst.
Yes.
That didn't do very well. We probably won't see that franchise ever.
Nope. That was a fun game.
It was a fun
cool.
game.
It was cool. Sort of the more missteps that are sort of epic-sized and epic.
Going open world was a big mistake, I think, for that game.
Yeah, but then
Or
they released something
semi-open
like
world.
Mass Effect Andromeda, which is so disappointing that you kind of relish going back to these tinier, more risk-taking, quote-unquote financial failures. You're just like, wow, that was a cool decision, even though it didn't really hit everything.
They make so much with FIFA.
Yes.
I think they can afford to kind of do some one-offs every once in a while.
I think we all are saying that right now. I think we know The Sims is coming. I've had it with The Sims. They're great people that work on this game franchise. I don't get it anymore.
It's a large market, Vic. You're just not part of it.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Like every time I get a demo, my eyes just glaze over, and it's like, yeah, okay. I'd rather live my life than live the Sim life. You know what I'm saying?
But don't you want to live someone else's
What
life?
they got to do is make the Sims game reviewer, where they just go into their game cave and they sit on their ass for 40 hours. And they play an RPG.
Oh man.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, that's an Activision thing. That's from Donnie S. Somebody was bringing up, what was it? No One Lives Forever from Rampant Monkey. That game was incredible. That was a Warner Brothers game. Well, it was a Monolith game out of Seattle. They've been doing the Middle Earth games.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
The more recent Middle Earth games. And that was incredible. Their sort of super spy kind of experience. But I can't remember it was Sierra that published them. And I think that's all owned by Activision now. Activision as well, they're not doing a big press conference, but they need to do stuff like that too. They have 4 games that they're showing off at E3. One of them is a Spyro remaster. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Call of Duty we know about. Destiny 2, Year 2 stuff. There's like one other thing.
One game, yeah.
And I feel like they have so much in their catalog that they could surprise us with as well. And that's one of those games.
Yeah.
That would be great. People are all talking about System Shock, Sub-Zero Z. Did System Shock get published by EA? Could have been. A new Command and Conquer would be neat. DJ Self-Esteem.
Yeah, it would be. I wonder how the RTS space has been doing though. With games like Halo Wars 2, I know it didn't do too hot.
Yeah.
But it'd be really cool for sure. I mean, it's been a weird space too, because I know StarCraft 2 has been in a very weird spot, even as far as esports goes, and.
Because they introduced the co-op and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's really weird in terms of PC gaming space. It's a very strange area to get to. I wonder if publishers are a little
I think
wary.
All it takes is a great game. Yeah. All it takes is a game that just shuts it all down, and everybody goes, "Oh my God, you have to play this thing, right?" And RTS has been able to do that before. And when stuff like Age of Empires was just reintroduced again, and that was pretty rad. We know that likely more Company of Heroes is coming. The Total War games keep on rocking. It's like Sega owns these studios that sort of focus on that. It's sitting right there, and Command & Conquer in the right hands could come back and be. If Blizzard comes out with an RTS Warcraft game, that's going to make news. That's going to stop traffic, and people are going to want that. EA could be in on that too, but you got to commit. You know? Sims 4 seasons. I don't want that. I'm sorry, that does not excite me.
Come on, look at
everybody
this.
that
You
wants
got snowballs.
that.
You can shovel snow, Vic. What's not to like?
I don't
here?
see why I don't like playing The Sims. Is like I look at that and I go, why can't I should be doing that in my life? Why am I? Why am I looking at that on a screen? I should go and get into a snowball fight with people that I know, and I'm gonna go take my kid out and get into a snowball fight or go roller skating or something. It makes me feel guilty playing this. And my sim people are having more fun than me. You know what I'm saying?
Huge franchise, though. Very huge franchise for them.
Sweeping Jesus says, "Hey, Vic, do you think EA is going to reintroduce some of the EA big titles? Man, I would love that. That would be so rad." Yeah. And Taz is talking to Samium111 saying, Vampire hasn't needed several patches and is fun AF. You guys can figure out what AF means.
Yeah.
But that's actually have been having fun with Vampire. There's going to be a review coming for that pretty soon. And a good point on that. shipped complete experience.
The more you're talking about these games and these lists of games that people are mentioning, I seriously think that this is the year we have to see what Respawn is working on.
Yes.
It's been
Yeah.
too long
Yes.
that I think that this year is going to be the year. If Respawn doesn't show up and go up on that stage, I'll be extremely surprised.
Yes. Sammy M111, if EA didn't cripple and then execute all of their great studios it slaughtered, it might have the talent to make the games players want. Sammy M111. Yeah, I mean, they have to make a lot of cutthroat decisions, right? I mean, development hasn't gotten less expensive, and, you know, they have to kind of follow along with market conditions like every other studio out there. But you know, it's a different world again. You know, we saw them lose millions on Battlefront, and lots and lots and lots of hate directed their way, and they have to respond to that.
They'll start shifting on that.
Yeah.
Even if it's not this year, next year for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Yeah. They got to respond. I don't know if they're going to come up and say we screwed up or what. I don't know. You know,
But has EA done that before?
yeah.
I don't think they have very often.
No, and honestly, their market cap has grown and grown, and their value to investors has grown and grown. Their profits have grown and grown, and
I don't think they have loot boxes in the new Battlefield.
No.
So I think
No, I think
they're
the
starting
word
to,
loot boxes and
Yeah.
EA, they're gonna try and steer
They're starting to
clear away from
hopefully
anything.
listen.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's just been way too much negative press.
yes. Let's see, what do we got here? Hey, all you guys live in the bar background, wave your arms like inflatable giants. Hey, you guys are supposed to wave your arms like inflatable giants. There we go. That's awesome. We have people.
Hey, Mitch, are we keeping you captive right now from your food, by the way?
I have a hot
Okay.
wing breakfast.
Oh,
That's
okay.
ready to go.
All
Pleasure,
right.
man. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Enjoy the show, and hopefully EA surprises us, and we have good things to talk about.
We held Mitch captive here. Huge shout out to Mitch, though.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Jade Empire remaster or sequel. What games do you guys want from EA? Christopher and Fox, how you guys doing?
Hey.
What do you guys want? EA Sports big games? No. What do you? The Star Wars game. The single-player Star Wars game. Do you hear that, EA? I know you're watching. Yes.
That's
Dead Space. We want people want some Dead Space in the crowd. So it's a lot of the same stuff, right? It's not like we know sports is coming, we know Sims is coming, but we want to be shocked by some investments into single player, right? And make us care about Star Wars in a massive way. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're all on the same page. We're all in agreement. We're ready to vote on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it would be a smart direction for them to go because I feel like EA's already covered that multiplayer space so well. Right?
Mike Dodd says more Titanfall. Yes, I want more
Well,
Titanfall.
it's not gonna happen this
more
year, Vic.
Titanfall? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
big yes, but
Yes.
man, that's gonna be a shocker if Titanfall gets shown.
Las Vegas says NBA Street, please. Hey Vic, which of the press conferences are we getting the info for Cyberpunk 2077? Do I think? I think it's Warner Brothers that's working with them, right? To bring stuff.
Is CD Projekt Red with Warner Bros?
I think it's,
They're having
but
it?
they're not having a big press conference.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It'll be, you know what it'll be? It'll be either the PlayStation or the Xbox.
Okay.
Probably PlayStation.
Yeah, it'd be whatever publisher or team was smart enough to get them on their conference for
Yeah.
sure.
X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, that would be awesome. Neil Matheson, I'm with you on that. VR, that's what I've been saying since the VR launched, especially after we got that X-Wing bit for the first Battlefront game, is VR needs Star Wars in such a massive way.
It does.
You know?
And, you know, let's face it, I don't think that EA's been really supporting VR as much as they were back when it was newer, when the original Battlefront brought the X-Wing mission.
Yep.
VR's in a really weird space. It's amazing technology. I still love it. I still support it 100%.
Yep.
That being said, I'd be surprised if they announced anything VR in this conference.
It's going to be up to the VR companies. They got to step forward and say we're spending the millions of dollars it's going to take to sub-license or work with EA because they have the license on making Star Wars games.
But is it still too expensive as it stands?
It's a market driver though. It's like if you want to sell these machines, you need software that's just going to blow people away. And there have been titles, but if you want to go to the mainstream, the mass market, and you have demos of these games as people line up to go and see Episode 9. That's exactly what you do. And you're going to be selling that hardware like crazy, man.
Yeah.
Anybody that's played that X-Wing mission in VR and PlayStation VR and Battlefront 1, their mind has been blown. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Very, very cool.
And it was just a sliver, man. It wasn't the full type of experience. You couldn't really fly everywhere. Eve Valkyrie was actually a better game experience than that. But the aesthetics and the atmosphere.
For a free little expansion that takes 15 minutes to finish is
So
really
great,
good.
yeah.
But it's definitely, I mean, right now there's a huge sale going on. For any of you guys who are interested in PlayStation VR, I think the Days of Play sale is going on.
Right.
VR bundles are like $200 right now, $250. It's really cheap. So, I mean, we'll see. It all depends on the hardware sale rate.
Tyler Fisher wants a Vic Starbucks Cup online first-person shooter MMO. Okay, just me drinking coffee. It's tea. I'm off the coffee. I'm just drinking tea. Somebody had a great comment. Battlefront 3, but to be a sequel to the old games, not the new one. I don't think we're going to hear anything about a Battlefront 3 for a while. I think that's going to be. Maybe with Episode 9 next year, they might tease it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be nothing to do. Probably a Battlefield 2 expansion. But hey, we got the 25-second countdown here, Vic.
We're about to have the real show. It's starting to happen right now. So we will comment along. I want to see Dante's Inferno 2. That's from Attack of the Pixels. I don't think we're going to get it, Dante's Inferno. A lot of Skate 4s.
Yeah.
A lot of Skate 4s.
All right, guys, last 10 seconds here.
Criterion should make the Crimson Skies reboot. Oh my God, that's music to my ears right there. Okay, here we go into EA's show. So we're going to try to follow along. We're starting with some FIFA, big surprise, and we're going to get in some Battlefield. Hopefully the audio is okay. Let Blake know. Blake will throw out questions and comments, and let's see if we get any cheers from the crowd here on some of these things. Tyler Fisher says, skip Skate 4, just go straight to Skate 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure
we had a shot of Yoda. We had a shot of the Houston Rockets.
Let's see what they start with. EA usually likes to start.
It could be louder, they say, Blake.
Make sure the audience here could listen too. Oh, what is this 3D stuff?
Yes. There's a little Anthem, I think, happening right now.
Yeah. Looks like they're trying to start.
So it's a giant boss.
So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan.
This is great.
So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready. Because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we
Way to
do
go,
that,
Andrea. This is
EA
awesome.
Play
She's
is more than just
she's
the show
hosting
you're about
the
to
whole
watch.
show, which is
right
so
behind
cool.
these doors, there is a fan fest outside.
Yay,
that
audio,
is
great.
Huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free.
You
now,
can turn
inside
the
the
audio
theater
up
here,
on the-
there are
on the screen
hundreds
up in
of
here.
community
That's
members
awesome.
from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today.
Okay, so we
But before
have
we get
audio
to
in the
that,
room
some reveals, of
the
course.
stream so
We're
that
gonna
people
kick
can hear
things
it,
off
plus
with
it's
a look
us,
at
plus it's Andrea
Battlefield 5
talking.
multiplayer.
So
Now,
we're
no
going to
Trevor
do
Noah
the
gave you
best
the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up.
to chat
Last
along,
month, but we've got some new
keep
stuff
up,
to show you
and
today.
talk about what's going
then
on
we're
right
gonna
here.
move on to FIFA 19, and
All
boy,
right.
do they have some big
And
news,
people
you
may
guys.
get excited,
Any World Cup fans?
which is
you guys
okay.
excited?
That's what we're here for, right?
It's gonna be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share,
audio
and
is
then
A-okay.
I'm gonna
All
come
right,
back
cool.
towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at
I don't know how many
Anthem.
people from VFS.
And of course, I know a couple people from we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
All right, let's see. What do we have? Battlefront 2, Battlefield 2, or Battlefield 5.
Damn big. Biggest losing count.
It's World War II, Battlefield 5. Battlefield V, that's right. All right, let's take a look at this sucker.
it's time to kick
A couple
this
of
thing
well-dressed
off.
Swedes.
It's been 2 weeks since we revealed a Battlefield 5.
Lars
You know what?
Gustafsson and
It's
Oscar
been exciting.
Gabrielsen.
It's been a lot of
Oh, good
speculation.
pronunciation,
and
Vic.
so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer.
Don't know if it's right.
But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more
Do they have
gameplay
room
innovations.
on the
You want to know
stage
how customization
for 100
actually
people?
works. We want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive Battlefield yet.
It certainly is.
This looks
You will
great.
be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies.
So
Where
beautiful.
previously defenses
Good
were
God.
stationary,
Whoa.
you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well,
Twisted
you
Magic
can't
says
really
we're going to
hide
do a
from
shot
those
every time they
pesky
say
tanks
innovation
anymore
or
as they come chasing you
immersive.
for
No,
as
we'd
they
be
rip
hammered.
through those buildings.
And if they say core pillars,
You will now
we'd
be
be
able
drunk
to
too.
customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons.
That's
not
a good
only for
question,
the gameplay,
Mitch
but
Nave. Is
for
this
the
supposed to be an
looks,
alternate history
as
type
part
of game?
Our portrayal of the Second World War.
I'm pretty sure it is.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5.
I mean,
We're
they
going to
start
see a
with the
lot
game
more of our new
first. They use the
gameplay
setting,
systems
and
here
and this
at
is what
EA
when I
Play
asked about
from our
Battlefield 1.
community.
They're not adhering
So,
to
let's talk
history.
about our
They
single
want
player
the
in War Stories.
Yes,
core
let's do
pillars
that.
of things that
So
happened
we want
in
to
the
tell you
in
about
these
those
actual
untold
battles.
stories that got us
Gamified.
excited
They
to
want
start
these things to be
on this
super fun
thing.
video games.
It's about what you will see is really those moments of human
Darian, the
heroism.
show just started. The
It is
actual
about
press
witnessing
conference just
the
started, and we
war
have
through the eyes of the men
just started
and women
to
who shaped
talk
the world
over
forever. Real and
the developers that are
real and
showing off
relatable
Battlefield
people
5.
facing the brutality of war. We started off by a exclusive
John Hitbox
look
says we need a new
at,
Crisis.
the Nordly's war story.
That probably
over
won't
at
be
the
coming from
Xbox
EA. I think
briefing tomorrow.
Crytek is owned by
Thanks, Lasse.
a
Something
different
not to
company
miss
now. It's
tomorrow.
hard to keep track of.
So, our launching
I
October
know Amazon
is
bought
just
the
the
Cry
beginning.
engine.
Did
We'll
they?
all
Yeah,
go
and that's
on an
what their
expanding journey to
engine
the
is
Second
based
World
on.
War.
Because Amazon has their own game
No
engine.
loot
It's called
boxes,
Lumberyard. It's
no
based off
premium
of
pass.
the Cry engine.
They were working on that weird mobile game.
Yeah.
I know it was mobile. It was really weird.
Every day will bring something
okay.
new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's
Battle
Royale.
Battle Royale. Royale. Of course there it is.
It's
Of course it is.
Royale
What a shock. Of
reimagined
course we
for
got Battle
Battlefield.
Royale and
So we
Battlefield.
bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience.
Pillars, there it is, pillars.
We will bring
Did they
you
say
experience
pillars?
that you haven't played
vehicles
before
and-
Yeah.
in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about
Yes.
that later
So
this year.
the question is,
So with that,
are they...
it's time to
Here's
show
my
you what
prediction.
makes
Both the Battle
Battlefield
Royale
so
modes for
special.
Call of Duty
It's the
and
unmatched intensity
for
of our multiplayer
Battlefield
sandbox, and this
will
time,
be
it's even more
free to
epic.
play. They're
Fighting
gonna
across
carve them out
multiple
and
maps
do them
and
as
modes.
separate releases. They'll launch them with their
Welcome
games,
to your
and
next
then they'll
Battlefield
slice them out.
experience.
You think so?
And this
Yes,
is
because
your
they can
first look
keep
at ground operations.
adding on
This
bits and
time,
pieces.
Even
You brightening up a little
featuring
bit, Blake?
Music.
Yeah, because we're a little bit dark right now. Okay. Battlefield is the original Battle Royale 1.0. Yeah, pretty much, right? They've always had tons of players in there. Looks like you guys are hanging out in a pub. G, John Hitbox. Very nice, my friend. We are in a pub. We're at the EXP Bar in downtown Vancouver, and there are people enjoying and imbibing and drinking and eating, and so far,
No one's hammered?
nobody's hammered and no
Okay.
one's shocked at any of the reveals at the EA press conference. You said hammered as a hammer came up, which is pretty good timing right there, my friend.
I got you.
All right.
So is this,
So see if you can keep up with the chaos and the carnage that's on screen right now.
I mean, it looks gorgeous.
Like, how does PUBG keep up with this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, PUBG already couldn't keep up with Fortnite.
I know, and how, like honestly, if I'm at the PUBG game studio right now, I'm printing up my resume, you know? Like they got in, they got a great concept, they have a cool idea, but they have got to pivot, man, because we knew this was coming. This was the year. Battle Royale's gonna, if it's a popular format, it's gonna be from every angle now. How does PUBG keep up?
So, Xbox briefing tomorrow. We're
Okay.
gonna see more of the story.
So the story mode is coming tomorrow. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're gonna have the story, the Battle Royale, the multiplayer modes. They're coming hard at Call of Duty and all the Battle Royale games out there. Yeah, here we go with FIFA Battle Royale. This is when everybody comes out with cleats and bats. And the refs get in on it.
Oh, no.
The fans just storm the field. This is FIFA Battle Royale. You heard it here first.
Oh,
Yes.
the big predictions, ladies and gentlemen.
They sue to keep up is what, I don't know. Oh, that's from Roll E. They sue FIFA Street Battle Royale, Tyler Fisher saying. Yo. Oh, yes? How's it going, you guys?
Vic is just meeting some viewers right now. You guys can tell he's clearly excited about FIFA. This looks like is this the new story mode?
So far we've had Battlefield and we've had FIFA, so no big surprises. But grab a seat, watch the show. You can watch the streams up there and on the big screen and follow along with us. Oh, you are? Okay. Well, thank you for coming down and saying hello. All right. All right, you take care. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you. Take care. That's very sweet. So we have live people in our crowd. This is the first time we've ever done this. This is so surreal.
I didn't expect anyone to come here for the morning one, so I'm very happy that.
Oh, it's awesome. This is really nice. Yeah, I don't like. I just sort of realized, why don't we just do this in a live setting and have people come and join us? And I think you probably got that text from me, like you're crazy. But
I think
this
it's
is
cool.
fun, man. This is super fun. All right, cool.
Icons of the game like
Did they, when I was saying hi to those folks, did they announce Battle Royale? No.
No.
Okay.
Sadly
so it's coming.
not. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Vic,
it's
I'm
coming.
sorry.
All right. Okay.
It's coming.
Chilling on the couch with my
special
daughter,
thanks to the
watching press
legendary
conferences with my
Hans
EP family. No
and
better way to
LA's
spend a
own Vince
Saturday.
Staples for
That's awesome,
collaborating
Johnny.
with us on the trailer.
Do you have pants on
I really
though?
love the trailer because it
Big
captures
question.
our epic
You
vision.
should not have pants on if you're watching this
For how
on,
the Champions
on your
League
TV
comes to life.
or in your computer. FIFA Battle Royale in Russia. Blue Hole might sue from Graham Coombs. Man, I would be tearing it up if I was there.
It's where football's biggest hero.
They have a new mode called Champions League.
Right, okay, and what's this?
And it's the place where champions rise.
Something that they're
And you've been asking for this for a long
Okay,
time.
so now
explaining it.
it's a team, maybe like a team story kind of a thing.
Maybe that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Will be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League.
Reason to stay awake for E3 Vic's hoodie, LOL. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. That's the next thing on the list is we're gonna make this hoodie. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's an Xbox hoodie. It's got my gamer tag on it. But I love this, and I get a lot of compliments on this because it's like one you can wear all year round. We're gonna make this exact same hoodie with the EPN Play Forever logo on the side. So that'll be the next thing that we craft. But right now we're figuring out how to make the shirt available to everybody. So stay tuned. We're going to launch a store and just sell the shirt for now. But the next thing that we're going to make are some hoodies with our EPN logo on there too.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Detailed feedback sessions with FIFA Pro.
Guy says he's watching this with his daughter on your comeback. Is he wearing pants? Yes, you're right. Erdium 1, sorry, question marks. I'm coming up with stuff on the fly here, a lot going on, and we're live. I'm stuck in my library with my sister. She's updating her resume, Jordan Cunningham. Does not work at Blue Hole, I hope. Oh, I'm being so mean to Blue Hole.
Vic, I'm gonna have to tone you down here.
Any coffee mugs, Clayton Blair.
All these shots.
I don't want to do, yeah.
It's like a 50-cent music video right now.
I love
too
PUBG.
much.
I've had a lot of fun with it. I do, but I just am very curious to see how they handle the amount of competition they're about to have.
It's this trophy.
Attack of the Clayton Blair. Any coffee mugs? My thought is I don't
And
want
with
to
the
flood the
tournament starting in
store
just 5
idea
days,
with
we're
a million
excited for the
things
world to
because
compete for it.
it gets a bit nuts, you know. But
As you can
maybe.
imagine, all
I think
of
that'd be
us
cool.
on the
Yeah,
FIFA team
one thing
can't
at a
wait
time.
for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate
Batwing is a cool
FIFA
gamer
18
tag.
players,
Mine's
which is why
Frag Taster.
just ahead of
Good,
the
but not as
game,
iconic.
a
Oh,
free
that's cool.
World
Attack
Cup
of the Pixels.
experience
Thank you.
on
I like your
PlayStation
gamer
4,
tag.
Xbox One,
I have
PS,
pants.
PC, and Nintendo
LOL.
Switch.
All caps. That's from
But
Johnny
you can
McFly.
take Ronaldo and
Vic is
Portugal
spitting
to the first World Cup victory. Or
I'm
you
a
can
little
write your
cheeky
own
right now.
story
What can
with
I
some
say?
great nations within
Literally and
45
figuratively.
days. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home
So there's a
country, like
free
mine,
update for all
Iceland.
FIFA 18
Who would have thought that a
players.
nation of only
Yeah.
350,000 people would
I'm
ever
bored.
qualify?
Oh, I know. I could tell, Vic. I could tell how excited he is.
I mean, I always am blown away by these games when I sit down and play them, but the selling of them and the talking about them, because they come out every year, it's hard, right?
It's might still sting.
I mean, this is.
And that also
Lena
is the
isn't the only
FIFA
one who's
18
excited.
logo that we're seeing
FIFA
up there,
18
right?
Players are loving the World
Yeah.
Cup experience so far. But we don't want to
Yeah.
stop there. We want to invite everyone. to come
Cooper
join the
Bibbo,
celebration.
already too long talking
I'm
about
pleased to
this so
announce
early in the
that for a
show.
limited
Kind of
time,
right there. Who cares about
FIFA 18
FIFA, really?
complete with
Just
the
a boring
entire
title.
World Cup
Rampant Monkey.
experience
They
available
are not
for a free
boring when you
trial
play
on
them.
PlayStation 4
But when you
and
talk
Xbox
about
One
them,
and on PC
and
through Origin
this
Access.
is the challenge that we
Yeah,
always
you can
have,
download
is
and
like,
play the entire
okay,
game
it's
right now for
it's
free.
it's a little different than. Oh, you can play the whole thing right now, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing because the World
Yeah.
Cup.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators.
Attack of the
We're
Pixels.
gonna be
Remember
playing live at
all
end
the
of
sports
show,
games you
representing their
used to
nations
have to
in the
review
Little
back in the
Junior
day
World
with
Cup.
Tommy. I still
This
review
summer
tons
will
of them,
bring so
and I
much
do
more
enjoy
for
them when I
FIFA
play them.
fans.
But
Plenty
it's
of FIFA
there's
18
so many
content
years of
centered
these
around the
sports
World Cup,
experiences that
and we bring
it's
you all
so
the
tough
details
to
of FIFA
make the
19.
story different.
But in
I
the
mean, that's really
meantime,
what it is, right?
that's all
That's
When
why
they're
they
coming
need
out-
the streets. That's why they
Thank
need
you,
the
and
arcade
Alpha
sports
Vista.
experiences. All right.
Well,
So
that
you can
seems like-
download FIFA 18. You can play the whole experience, and it has the Championships League.
Yeah.
That I mean, if I did the
It's FIFA 18 has the World Cup update.
right.
So FIFA 19 is going to have a new mode called the Champions League.
Okay, gotcha.
That's all pretty much. And the game is free to play for now, which is which is
Yeah.
good for the World Cup timing and all that. So
Yeah.
Morning. EA Sports.
There's
FIFA
Andrew.
19. You know, the FIFA community never rests. 20
Okay,
million
so
people from 60 countries
there's more
playing
FIFA coming.
competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World
So
Cup
Andrew's
and so much
got
other
his
great
start at
things
EA
this year.
in
We can't
Vancouver
wait for you
at,
to experience it all.
or like he came up
We've
through
got
FIFA.
so
I don't know
much
if that's
to
where
do
he
here
started,
today,
but
I wanna
turned
welcome
FIFA
you
into a
to EA
juggernaut,
Play.
and
It's our third EA
the company
Play and our second
took
one
notice
in
of that
Hollywood,
and
we
said,
couldn't
this
be
guy
more
should be
excited
doing
to have
more,
you with us
and
to
he's there.
share all the games that we have to show you.
Honest
We've got
opinion
lots
on
to do,
Pro Evolution
but before
Soccer,
before we move on,
I
I'd
enjoy
like to
playing
share
the
just a
games
couple
immensely,
things.
but I
The
feel like
greatest
FIFA
disruption to the
just offers
consumption
so
of
many
entertainment
more
media in the
ways
last
in
5
and so
years
much
is
more
the combination
value with
of
all of the
streaming
different
plus
leagues and
subscription.
actual
As
players
consumers,
and
watching
I'm not
movies,
hardcore
watching
enough with the
TV,
soccer games
listening
to
music,
like
reading
pick up the
books
minutia
has never
of the
been
mechanics
easier.
and stuff and say, well, this is.
And we
I think
believe
that the race was
disruption
tighter
is
and
going
Pro
to
Evolution
have
was
a profound
a better
impact on our
option
industry
years ago,
in the next
but
few
I think
years.
FIFA closed the
And so over
gap
the
and
last
then
couple of weeks,
in
you'll
terms
have
of
seen that we
gameplay
announced
and then
a
offered
new
way
team from
more
Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment
overall
to
value
extend our
for
thinking
soccer
and
enthusiasts
extend our
and also made it
pioneering
more accessible in a lot of
into
ways
this
too.
gaming world.
it's a new streaming service.
For many people,
Oh,
that
okay.
FIFA.
Okay.
For not for FIFA, sorry, for
experiences they
EA.
already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going
Okay,
to
this
be
is
new
it.
games
This is,
and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms.
They're starting their own Netflix.
But for everyone,
Or
it's going to
PlayStation
mean
Now.
playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week
Anywhere
we've got a
they
tech
want.
demo running. All of our games streaming
Wow.
in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime
Alien
time
Technology
yet,
says he
but it
reminds
is a
me of Don
promise
Matrick.
of what we hope
Yeah,
to bring
he's-
you in the future.
He's very slick and he's very
The second
polished,
part of
which
that,
is
of
what a
course,
huge
is
corporation
subscription.
really
And we
needs
started
as their,
subscription a
as
number
their
of years
front
ago,
person,
and
right?
many millions of you have signed up
Let's
and
see the price
experienced
here.
the
Talk
joy
about
of
the
being able to
subscription.
have full
Yes,
access
Rampant Monkey.
to a great
Good point
catalog
about
of games.
the modding, and people can
Today,
make it,
we're
customize it any way that
announcing
they want.
Origin Access Premiere. So 3 things you need to know about it.
Origin Access
Origin
Premier.
Access Premier
So
will
you
bring
can
you
stream.
all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade.
Oh, they're putting Madden on a PC.
Then
That's a
FIFA
big deal.
19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers.
Did they just say Anthem?
It'll launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
Wow, interesting, because this is the same thing as Xbox Game Pass with the new games coming out and being free for subscriber owners.
And is it streaming it anywhere that you want? One membership?
Yeah. You're streaming the game though,
So you're streaming it to your phone, you're streaming it to your, I mean, this is a way to access an archive. They got Batman on, because they did a deal with Warner Bros. So any of the Origin games, if you have an Origin account, it looks like you can stream in real time now. Plants vs. Zombies. I mean, this is a way for them to get the data to see how much
Hey,
people like
everybody.
their stuff. So that
What's
they
up? So
invest in
I'm
that
here
again for new
sitting
stuff.
inside the crowd
No price,
at
though,
EA
right?
Play.
Not
No
yet,
price.
no.
And I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn.
Kando says this guy looks like an android from Detroit being human. He is kind of like a perfect made human being in a way, isn't he, Andrew Wilson?
Someone's super excited.
I've said that he does look like one of the Sims in the past. Which he's a nice guy, man. He's got a massive job. Okay, so this is the head of Respawn right here. This is Vince Zampella, and he's an awesome dude.
Just get right to it.
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's
Okay.
amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But
A bunch of stuff.
we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to.
All right, here we go.
Right
Respawn Star Wars.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I
Come
bet
on,
you
let's see some.
the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so.
I'm going wild. I'm
So
going
the Star
wild on
Wars
Andrea.
name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Kev Gretz says turn it up.
Woo! So Star Wars
Jedi
Jedi Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order.
Yeah. So it kind of gives you some idea that
That's the
you'll
name.
be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
right.
Yes.
Damn.
So Vince,
They have nothing
you
to
got
show us, though?
anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here.
Come
but
on, you gotta
when the
show us
Jedis
something,
are being
Vince.
Hunted, so
You can't describe, like, might as well hold up,
So
like,
for all the
concept art
hardcore
or
nerds
something,
out there
little
who want to know
cards.
like where in the timeline, like what between which episodes is it?
between 3 and 4.
Okay, all right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got it? Any other tidbits?
Okay,
It's
all
not
right.
a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean this could just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
A lot of
It will
prequel
be
memes,
holiday
Zuriel.
next year, 2019, not this year.
So sorry to dash any
okay.
hope. But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up, and hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you.
That's
Thanks
all
for
they
stopping
have.
by
Oh,
the
come
show
on,
today.
Vince.
That's all they have.
We
No,
do
come on,
have a
show
little
us
bit more
some.
news
That's
on
it.
Star Wars, so I'm going
There's
to
a
toss
reason
it
why
over
he's
to
sitting there.
Dennis.
Okay.
Battlefront
all
2
right.
DLC. Battlefront 2
Oh,
DLC.
come on.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. That's it.
Hello there.
From Respawn.
My
Wow.
name is Dennis.
Well, I like
work
Vince's
at
hat.
DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Vince had a nice
I'm
hat
really
on.
happy and excited to be here today. So thank you so much
this is
for
not
hanging
going
out
well.
with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite.
Oh, man.
So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make
this
sure
poor
that
man.
we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our
This
progression
guy is out there
system
apologizing
and
for
add a
corporate
bunch of new
decisions that he had
character
nothing to do
cosmetics
with.
for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And
Okay.
thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewoks.
I loved all of the Ender
So,
stuff.
as you might
the Ender
know,
stuff
we're
is
currently
awesome.
Why is the
in
same
our
thing
Han
looping
Solo
over?
season
Okay.
with
Okay.
content from the movie coming
Yeah.
next week. It's headlined by the new
Yeah.
planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit,
Ooh, that's a good
this
mode.
summer we will be introducing
Donald
a
Glover's,
new squad system to the game,
Lando.
which will allow you
And
to
Lando's
team up
Millennium
much
Falcon.
easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more,
That's
we
cool.
will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts
Battle Royale.
and attacking
Don't
and
say it,
taking
Vic.
out
No more.
But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Whoa. Okay. So I'm sure there's going to be add a
It's
lot
only
more of the
fitting
heroes from the
that we
Clone
begin
Wars.
on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built.
So they're
for
going to have Mace
Battlefront.
Windu and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce
Oh, they're going to announce it?
Ooh,
the most
Grievous.
powerful
Ooh,
droid.
that's pretty
I'm the
sweet.
most
Fan, I
powerful
am. I
droid
do like
army in
Grievous.
the galaxy,
Blake
General
is shaking
Grievous.
his head, everybody.
And
I
yes,
mean, he didn't
will
do
be going
anything,
up against my
but
own
he's
personal
cool.
Yeah,
favorite,
he's cool.
Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I like Grievous. I'm in. We got one other person for Grievous. Okay.
Finally making
All right.
his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
All right.
The team at home is
Obi-Wan.
extremely excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future.
It's such a
Thank
heartbreak.
you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
I mean, I like the game. I still want to play more of it. But yeah, that was not as exciting as it should have been.
That was right. I knew that they were going to come. They had to talk about Battlefront.
Yeah, they got to. Oh, and more Unravel. Ooh, we got more Unravel coming. That is a bit of a surprise. Okay. So they're staying with this. This is the Sweden portion of the of the program today. Use the farce. Corey Reed. Yeah, Battlefront 2. I'm sold, Vic. Unravel. Scratch that. Young Anakin would be hilarious. Why are all the press conferences so cringy from Sneaker Files? Yeah, they can be. No Ahsoka. Quiet as Hex. Maybe they'll have some Ahsoka. Poor guy from Kev Brett.
Hi.
This is a very nice dude. I talked to him about the first game.
In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled.
So it's cooperative.
And it leads you off on an adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So welcome to
First game was
Unravel 2.
It was gorgeous, but it was way too cumbersome for my liking. Did you play the first
It's
one?
a game
I did not.
Yeah,
about
it was too
fresh
clunky.
starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and
Skate 4 would be nice to see, but doubtful, Justin Smith says.
It's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it
So will
alone,
the new Star Wars content be paid DLC? I think a lot of stuff is going to be free Tales from the Man Cave. I think that's the new agenda now.
And working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier
It's just all about
and
co-op
more
and
challenging.
working
But
together.
above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now. So I brought some help.
Yeah,
so
hopefully
please
more
welcome
forgiving, because
Michael
it was all
to the stage.
physics-based sort of placement
So
where you
producer
throw
at
your yarn
Fullwood.
around, and I just found myself getting frustrated as I was playing the game.
And
But
we're
I
going to
love
try
the
to show you a little
aesthetic, I
bit of
love
what
the
I'm
look.
talking about how you can
I
play
love
the
the
game
story of the
in
game
co-op
coming
with
together.
yourself, essentially.
And I know this team is just a tiny little team in the woods in Sweden, so I'm psyched that EA is doubling down and investing. I think that's great. That's what they got to do, you know? I have this theory that you don't really make a franchise succeed until you give it 3. You know, if you look at Burnout, if you look at Grand Theft
So when you're
Auto,
playing
there's
it
all
by
these things
yourself,
that
you
you
can
can point
essentially
at where
pick up
you
the other
gotta let it
characters,
live for
carry
a
them
little while,
along
you
through
know?
the more
Let the developers kind of
fast-paced
breathe it
segments
in.
of the
I think it would
game.
be great if Mirror's Edge got that same kind of commitment too.
And we actually tried
third
to
Mirror's
include
Edge would
a
be
bit
amazing.
more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more
Oh, this
like
looks great though.
thrill and
very
danger
cool.
and kind of wow moments. Places that were like fun and exciting.
Okay, great. There you go. Thank you. Cheers, man. Wear that with pride. I appreciate
And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters.
Tiger Woods.
Because that's how we've
I don't
essentially
think he's coming
designed
back
all
to
the
EA
problems
anytime
and
soon.
puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out
Showing
and
us gameplay.
utilizing this bond
SF
between you
Fresh
to
666 says,
overcome any obstacle that you come
this
across.
reminds me of my childhood, except without the beatings.
That's
I guess I'll
some
jump in.
very
Getting
deep stuff.
dark.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the red one. Okay. The blue one. I'll be blue.
Tyler Fisher says, congrats on another shirt sale, EPN.
celebratory
Yes,
clip.
we are selling the shirts live here at the EXP Bar. It's so cool that people are going to be wearing the
And the
EPN
bird is
Play
back.
Forever brand out there, which is really rad.
Playing it safely now.
We will have an
Crosswing.
online store soon, Twisted Magic.
Nice.
This was a week of
And I'll
putting a
catch
lot
you.
of things together to get us here, which is pretty rad.
Can I swing
So
now?
there's a
Okay,
chicken
you go
chasing
ahead.
these 2 Yarny dolls, or it's a turkey.
I mean,
Okay, this is the
Very
scary
cool.
part.
Hoodie Game of the Year, Rampant Monkey. Question: is there a cap on how many could be bought? Taz. I mean, we have a limit of how many shirts we can sell here, but when we get onto the online thing, I don't think so. I think you can get as many as you want.
Well done.
Yeah. Those
Okay,
EP
I'll
hoodies
go
will be
up
so
and
dope.
distract the grouse.
Danny Dolphin. We will work on that. I really want to buy the shirt so bad. You guys are amazing, and we were definitely going to have the shirts
Okay,
ready.
your turn.
Was the players' first motto already taken? I kid. Yeah, players' first was taken, and didn't quite fit the EA or the EP motive. Looking forward to Dragon Age 2. Maybe we'll get something on that this weekend. I don't know if we will get Dragon Age. This is a long demo for this game.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking about now. It's like
Now we
for,
can
for
breathe
such
again.
a smaller title, they're really giving it a lot of time. But
I believe this turkey might
So
become
that's
a meme.
a quick little look at Unravel 2.
oh, there you
and,
go. I mean, it looks great.
30
Looks
minutes
really
in
good.
and
yeah, I
panties
really
are
hope
still
you like
on,
it.
Kev Gretz says.
And,
EP had my favorite gaming show
Before
since I was a
go,
kid back in the 90s.
wanna
Thank you,
send
Jordan
some
Cunningham.
love to the team
Love
back
you,
home
brother.
because
I'd say
working on
EPN
this game has
underwear
been
would be
an-
too far. That would be
completely
taking it too
amazing
far
team
right there.
effort on so
Perfect.
many levels, and
Nap
everybody
time
has
from
worked
Clayton
so hard.
Blair.
So
You guys don't hold back,
there's
I
a
guess.
bunch of us
If,
from Coldwood here,
I mean, you
and
gotta
thank
be real with
Joes,
this.
And thank you to everybody back
Rampant
home,
Monkey.
and
Oh, thank God it's
thank you.
over.
Love you.
I just hope it's a great game. The first game I had such high expectations for, and then it was not as great as I had hoped.
Another trailer, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just saw this happen. We just saw this whole thing just happen. We saw all this. We got it. We know they make the connection and then they get chased by a turkey. We just saw that.
Vic is very focused on the turkey right now. Right?
Chase your spark. Okay.
It's like a game that would work really
Play
well.
what you like to play. EP retro shirts with some Vic and Tommy silhouettes. Twisted Magic. That's a great idea. Padding a conference, Kev Gret. I mean, they have to show that they have some soul in their games too, right? And that's what the smaller teams are all about. This is cool. This looks fun. I mean, they've done a really nice job with rendering these environments and creating some apparel for the Yarny characters.
Yeah.
I've got a little Big Planet kind of vibe.
Perfect game for the Switch, right? By giving each Joy-Con to each
Right,
person.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that would work really well for the Switch.
Good point. Yes.
Unravel
game. Lighting looks good. Soul Patch Vic, Sneaker Files.
These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will make Unravel 2 available to everyone today. Yep, you heard that right. You'll be able to take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
Wow. That's cool. I like surprises like that. You can get
Unravel
Unravel 2 right now. It's out.
That's
pretty cool.
We started on this journey.
That's
with the
cool.
original Unravel.
Not a lot of hype for Unravel.
Seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Origins program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last
EA
year,
Originals.
if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here
Way
on
out,
stage
yes,
presenting his team at Hazelight and the Way Out.
Okay, this was
And
good.
I think we all kind of remember
MGS4
that.
bonus disc is still on my
And you
regular
might
rotation.
even
Bravo.
remember
Oh, thank you,
him
Sneaker
from the
Files.
Game Awards as well.
Love making
I think
that.
I did.
Almost killed us, but we
Anyhow,
love doing it.
In March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new. And you all love
Tag
it.
of the Pixels, man,
We
that
saw
sounds
over
pretty
2
elaborate
million
and
players in
really
the first
cool, that
week.
t-shirt idea you had right
And
there.
A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team
Alex Stone 108 says always cool when they do a
moving into
spontaneous
industry.
release like that. I agree. I
So
think
stories like
the
this
business is
drive our
great.
industry, and that's why we will continue to work
It's
with
a great
independent
injection when we
developers
get
to help
stories
them
like that.
realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message.
The Magnavox
And it's
1972,
unlike
they have
anything
to put it on the
we have ever
Switch,
done.
right? Hopefully it's
So
on the
please
Switch today.
welcome Connie Gessler to the stage from Joe
Do I
My
predict
Games
that
to tell you
we
more
will
about
see
Sea
Vic
of
and
Solitude.
Blake play the game co-op on their Let's Play stream? You could predict that for sure.
Of Solid. So this is a new IP here.
Okay.
Another small
from Berlin, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick.
She's nervous. Oh, I love it.
During
Human.
the pitch, how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
This is what we want, man. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. Crack the ice.
We
It's not all
are
just
Yomai,
slickness.
a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see,
So this is
hear, and
a
hopefully
climate
feel while
change
playing
affected
SOS.
area, some kind of a flooded
What
city.
makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how
Guys, we are at an Electronic Arts press conference,
right into the hand and
the
onto
person
the
on stage
paper.
is talking
I
about
think
creating their art.
This is also why
That's
so
what
many
we want to
people
see
can instantly
at press
connect with the
conferences
game.
for video games.
Because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and families see those who struggle.
Rampant Monkey,
We
great
achieve
comment
all
there.
this in playful ways, so that players
Passion,
who wants to simply enjoy
quiet
a
as
fantastic
hex, absolutely.
experience can do so.
That's what we want.
But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal
I love the
a
graphics
whole emotional
or the
world
artwork.
beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feelings, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring
Great
all
insight,
those
Tales from the Man
emotions
Cave.
into balance.
Indie developers
Some needs to
are
become bigger,
are crucial
some
in our
would be
industry
better
right
off
now.
a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
They're stealing a page from Yubi's playbook right here.
I think so,
right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Like letting the developers really get a moment.
Yes.
Wow, look at this.
Joe May. This is a little bit like the Fire and the Flood, looks like. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing.
It does.
I've just chased you so long now. I'm too weak to
Little Shadow of the Colossus, little Hellblade in there.
day is here, but nothing is new.
Wow.
Alone in my room, I tremble.
I want to play this really bad next year. Gorgeous. Nice work, EA.
Yeah, that was really good.
That is really sweet.
That was really good.
Good find.
Oh, what's this? Basketball?
We got some NBA Live back. Maybe the Street Hoop. Wait a second.
NBA Street?
I hope so. Come on, NBA Street. Let's see it.
Looks like live though.
Oh, live with a story.
Say it how you want. Trust the process. Run as one. Call next. Or be the answer. As long as you hold your course.
Looks great.
Just remember, wherever you call home, whatever your fit, or however you
This looks like Street, man.
you're on my court.
Really? I just think
They had so much stuff on Street Hoop. I mean, they have the Street component to 2K, so.
this looks like live to me. Yeah.
Live 19, okay.
Just because there was just too much of a
September
mix.
7th.
I can't believe
Yeah.
they're trying this again, but it just seems like 2K is just dominating this market so much. But
Yeah, Kevgret looks great, plays poorly. They've never had a problem creating incredible visuals around this stuff, but yeah, they got to get the gameplay to compete with the 2K games. Easier said than done. Okay, so now we're into the Madden. It's amazing that switchover, right? We were just transported to this magic world of fantasy and make-believe, and then, yeah, here's the sports and there's some sullen guys that kick ass at Madden.
the pacing is a little weird for sure.
It's almost like they need an EA Sports conference and an EA action conference or something, you know? Like, break it up. Maybe, I mean, they do EA Play across a bunch of days. maybe they do a separate press conference for sports, and people that are just super hot on what the sports stuff is will tune into that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they've been trying it for a while now with the esports, and they've been pushing FIFA esports quite a bit, so it's been around.
Sammy and 111, yeah, NBA Street would be way more cartoony, you're right. Madden on PC, people are hyped about that. Okay, so these are massive players that have done super well.
From that butt whooping? Wow,
Yeah.
already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations.
Mutant League Football better than Madden on the PC from Sammy and 111.
As you guys know,
Tyler
this young
Fisher,
kid,
do you think Team Ninja will surprise us with Neo 2 news teases? Yeah, they absolutely could. Give me a new NBA Jam, Attack of the Pixels says.
How has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like, we don't need this. This is just a complete waste of time. This is typical EA. This is what I was talking about the pre-show. They've never changed the formula.
Yeah.
They bring these people on stage. People don't care about it. It's just really.
They're spending money and investing heavy in esports, and they feel that this is the only way that they can kind of build up that participation and that excitement for it. You know,
Number 2,
and get people hyped on one day becoming an esport pro with this brand.
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome. Okay, now the past two.
This is very cringe. Very cringe.
Yeah. I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough.
I mean, it's cool, but that trailer I think was enough to show us what it's about.
I made the
you know?
final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of bling on that belt for you.
Why has he got a messenger bag on?
Yeah, I was still saying that, dude. I don't know why. He probably has to go to Bethesda's conference after this. You know.
Shout out to my comment earlier about EA conferences. Cooper Bebo. Yes. Rutel64 is asleep. Somebody wake him up. This is not good from Alex Stone 108. Okay, so now we're getting a taste of Madden 19.
Super rough.
Top of the mountain. Battle through the pain.
Is he the WWE World Champion? Yeah, I guess so. Attack of the Pixels. Yeah, the belt.
You've been told legends are born.
They should do a battle royale mode with people that have giant belts like that.
No more in battle royale from you, Vic. No more. We're done.
Oh, so that SOS game was awesome, right, guys? That looked cool. We can hang on to that.
That was the best.
Beautiful,
that was
right?
the best thing shown.
You know what would be amazing is if they flooded this stadium and then the girl from SOS came through in her boat and it was all the NFL players' hands sticking up.
Oh my God. This is why they don't hire
Honest
Vic.
question. Cooper Bibo, do you guys think that EA Sports games actually need or benefit from E3 exposure, or are their markets solidified enough? I think it's two things. They appease their investors, and they show the people that are putting money into the corporation, because let's face it, EA exists as a massive conglomerate because of those investors. So they need to see where all that money is going, and they probably get a sliver of new excitement for these titles by attaching them to other things as well, right? Because I feel like the casuals drop in, drop out on these games. They buy one year, they skip for a couple, and then they see what new features are in 2 or 3 years later, and that's why they show them off at EA every year. It's like cell phones, right? They're all so good now that people don't buy them every year. The advancements aren't so amazing every year that they need to reboot everything, and I feel like that way with sports games a lot too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But there is that core market that does tune in and buy that stuff every year as well. Final EA reveal: Lootbox the game.
So what is this here?
Master Calavera.
I didn't catch this. They're doing a head-to-head game right now.
Is this a strategy game with football? What is this?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with football.
Destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael. Well, enough talking about it. Let's
This is
let's
a
get to
stripped
this
down
match.
Command and Conquer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today.
It's like a mobile
Fighting for
game.
the blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
It's a mobile game, yeah.
Okay.
Mobile RTS game.
Mobile RTS, is it
opponent,
anything that
fighting
we,
for the
what's the
red side
name
of
of
the
it?
room, a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Is it CNC? What is this? Yeah, wait for Anthem, yes. Anthem
Now,
closes
Mike,
the
it's
show.
going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great
I want to
match.
see a loot box full of loot boxes. Patrick Furtado.
Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go.
Okay.
Ready to go? Let's do it.
Akavario, we need a VR headset that doesn't mess with Vic's hair. We damn straight we need that. Technologists, get to work.
Loading in and we are ready to
Here we go.
off.
The EA Sports game is so saturated that any stoner that goes to GameSpot and browses the game selections and sees sports related from EA will buy it instantly, yearly. Hero Coma.
He's going to come out to hold that top point.
Oh,
Both players,
man.
of course, trying to take that position.
EA
Nick Knight
clearly
just
has
a little
not
bit
changed.
first in his strategy.
I don't
He
think
had
last year
position.
affected them
That
at
control's
all.
Going from the top side, also very important as Nick Knight's forces have to circle around the center.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there?
Okay, we're actually, yeah, this is unreal. I don't know what they're doing, but you know, clearly this is making them money. So let's devote a big chunk of our show to cell phone gameplay right now.
It's like they want to be part of the cringe compilation. You know, like that's what they're going for because they get millions of
Oh
views.
man, I don't even know what this is called. I missed it because I was talking. Is it a Command and Conquer thing?
And firing
I don't
that
think
takes out
it's
half your base. The
Mr.
most important objective on the map is to
Calavera
hold those
says
control
Game of the Year
zones.
Making
2018.
a lot of progress to that far right side of the map.
What game is this? That's right, Clayton. I don't know. Do you know what this is called, Blake? Why don't they have the game name? Look at how much screen time they or screen resolution they have here to just type in the title of this game.
Show it at the end.
Anybody know what this is called? What's this game called?
Some flamethrowers right at
Nobody knows. Okay, that's a big fail. Nobody knows. Nobody in the room knows what this is called.
Everyone's following
We're watching people play it on their cell phones right now. This is unbelievable.
Welcome to E3 2018, ladies and gentlemen.
Corporate, the game, Johnny McFly says. EA's Civ 6 killer right here. Oh my god. This is like being on a subway in Japan. And they made a show out of it. Right? Because everybody's on their cell phones playing something. And then they just put cameras in the subway. And you're like looking over their shodur watching them tap the screen. Yawn. Wow. So anyways, that SOS game from Berlin. What do you think's going on with that giant girl? Is that something figment or like creature that's attacking?
That's weird. It might be part of her imagination or whatnot. But
Yeah.
that so far has been the coolest thing. Visually and
Totally.
I'm very impressed with what they're picking out for their originals, but
Yeah.
they just don't do enough of them.
Yeah.
I think there's just one original per year or per press conference. I don't
Yes.
know. So.
Yeah. It should be the originals and our legacy, right?
Yeah.
Here's a redo of, because we believe in this brand that has been dormant for a while. We heard you guys, and we're making Burnout Paradise 2 with modern graphics.
That would be amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, obviously they're going to close the show with something strong. Probably going to be Anthem.
Wow.
I'm just the most disappointing thing so far. It has been Respawn just not having anything to show us. I cannot believe
it's coming out next year. Show us a 2-minute trailer of what's
show us
coming
a
out.
30-second snippet.
Yes.
So it shows a 30-second snippet of what the gameplay is going to be like. I'm sure that there's something ready. I don't know.
Wow, come on.
But as soon as I saw Vince sitting there in the sidelines,
Yeah.
and the wonderful host coming up to him, I just knew, I was like, we're not going to see anything.
That
No
was
way.
nuts. Wow, go Nick at Night. Get past this generic game. Don't know what it's called. Just shoot him. Tap that screen.
This looks so.
Oh my god. Come on. Rampant Monkey's more hyped for the EPN hoodie than this game. Vic's hoodie looks more interesting than this thing. Okay. Anyone else want to watch paint dry? Taz says. Oh boy, EA, you are not making fans here with this.
Oh no.
We've heard your cries. You want more sports rehashes and to watch this amazing generic mobile game for 10 minutes that you haven't even really told us what the title is, because none of us know. I can't believe it.
I think they mentioned it once, but we just were.
Come on,
They'll show it at the end.
They should have instead of pre-alpha. Why don't you put the title of the name of the game right there? What is this? What game is it?
Amazing! What a map! Thank you so much.
That pre-recorded.
Way to go, In Control.
I just came to make
Oh my God.
so I've done my job.
Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything.
You want anger? Watch the EA official stream chat. So we're a little bit more civil here on the EPN chat. I bet we are. Huh?
We're trying to be a little professional.
Yes.
Do
Has
our
there ever
best.
been any
The worldwide reveal of Command and Conquer Rival.
Oh, okay, it
It
was
is
a Command and Conquer game.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So
they
just
experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies.
So you got Command and Conquer.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, we
You
got our
got-
Command. This is the thing I was dreaming about. This is going to change the RTS landscape.
So what was it called? Command and Conquer
Rivals. Yeah.
Rivals.
That
Yeah.
Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store,
man.
search for Command and Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing
So
this game.
sad.
Okay.
That's what they're doing to this
Please
friend.
let
The
us
next
know.
thing is Dead Space Mobile.
Dead Space.
Woo! Get
Yeah,
ready.
Oh my God.
I'm ready.
Okay. So that not live action cutscenes, which were famous part of the Command and Conquer experience. I think Michael Biehn was in some of those. Okay. I mean, mobile is the perfect place for RTS to kind of evolve to, but you got to make it as good as the old classic PC games.
There's only so much you can do with a mobile setup, though, with a touchscreen. You know, I can't see the depth of a StarCraft.
Yeah.
Being brought to mobile.
On an iPad, on a tablet.
Do you see those Koreans play?
No.
They're just it's like 7,000 buttons a second. You know, it's
With
crazy.
StarCraft?
With StarCraft.
Yeah.
You want to have that skill gap.
Yeah, this is not going to be the thing that brings back Command and Conquer.
No.
I mean, maybe
No,
it will
it's
have
not.
a user base that people flip over, but it does look very simplified. Oh, there's this guy. I forget what his name was.
Yuri, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Control
Yuri?
is power.
I don't know.
Can't wait for this to be as bad as Dungeon Keeper 2. Adam Prestige.
Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every
Command
day
and
to
Cash
create
Grab from
amazing
Quiet as
entertainment.
Hex.
And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better.
Learn and listen.
And so, as
Okay,
you look at the
all
10
right.
experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice, is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly, that no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play.
Are you going?
That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives.
It's definitely.
This is the worst conference I've seen in a long
time.
It's definitely that there is a mea culpa kind of vibe
and
here,
we want to make
which
great
I
games.
appreciate.
And that as much as we love making
it's also
games,
a little bit more
and
casual,
as much
which
as
I
you love playing
appreciate
them,
as well. People coming
there's
up
something
in
that is even greater that
t-shirts
we can
and,
do together.
You know,
The
plaid
power of this
shirts and
community when we come
jean
together to do
shirts,
amazing
button
things is
down.
profound. Last weekend was the third year of our Play to Give program,
wasn't
where we show
super
the world
sports heavy,
how
but
the
there aren't
power
enough
of play
games.
can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday threat. These three organizations,
well, they showed us Battlefield at the beginning.
PACE's National Bullying Prevention
They're
Center,
saving
Ditch the Label,
Anthem for the
an
end here, I
anti-bullying
think.
organization. All are doing great
Maybe
work,
Battlefield
and we're
5 for
proud
them.
to
I think
support
Anthem's
them
going to be
through
more on
greater gifts.
Microsoft's conference.
And thank you for your support.
And they said the story mode's going to be,
okay.
That's
right.
Story mode's going to be at
Microsoft.
You're right, actually. They did mention they want to show more Anthem.
Yeah, no, Anthem's coming.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at
players
Anthem.
first dropped. Good.
All right, well, here it is.
Anthem, here we go.
The gods vanished.
Skate 4 to close it. Justin
And left
Smith.
our
Don't think
world
so.
in chaos.
Here we go. Here's Anthem.
Creating.
No Skate 4.
Altering. Destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
So they're using the Frostbite engine again, I think.
It looks
my
amazing.
God.
Yeah.
It's basically everybody's an Iron Man, which I love it. Love it. Superhero landing, of course. He's Iron Man.
It wants to destroy us all.
Everything they learn from the action combat that they provide in this game is going to make the next Mass Effect really, really addictive.
It'll be a long time before another Mass Effect.
Yeah, but I mean they're making a straight-on action experience here with Anthem, so they're gonna learn a lot. And the ability of the suit means that they've got to deal with changing the level of detail and floating in and flying from up above and giving you combat in the air and combat on ground. So they're gonna have a lot of systems in place here, which will make them a much stronger team for action-oriented gameplay going forward. Not easy to do. The two Iron Man games that Secret Level made with Sega were very complicated
How cool
experiences.
was
and
that
they-
trailer? You guys have seen it.
They
a
weren't
couple
able to
times.
kind of
It's
overcome
so
those
cool
challenges.
every
So
time I see it.
BioWare is able to overcome those challenges.
Because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little
Yes,
bit
we
different
are.
for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay,
please
here
give
we go.
a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark
You guys
Dara,
excited
and
about
Patrick
Anthem?
Broussard.
Yes? Yes! Yes! I heard they included Skate 4 in Anthem, which is going to be awesome. Here's Casey Hudson, yes! Yeah.
All right, thanks guys.
Very
Thanks for
cool
coming
art.
out today. Just got a little game to show, right? Yep.
Yeah, story-driven for sure, DJ.
So at the end of that's pretty much the end of the conference, isn't it?
So now
Well, we get
know
the
that you all
deep dive
started,
into the game now, though.
to start your
I think
career at
we might get
BioWare
some
way back
more
in the day.
gameplay
Then
too.
You took a couple years off, but before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Hiro
that's right.
Koma revealing much about his personal
awesome
state
to
right
be
there.
making
I'm not going to repeat that.
Games for BioWare fans, we have the best fans. So it's been super
No, you did not hear
satisfying
boos
to
for
come
Anthem.
Back to it, and I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio, and that's kind of where it started with Anthem. Is just thinking about, what is the evolution of a BioWare game, and we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that
Attack
was,
of the Pixels is
more of a dynamic and
Anthem is
living
playable
world,
at
a game that would
E3.
change
It's behind
every
closed
time we
doors,
came
but
back and
I'm
played. We
definitely
also wanted
going
do
to
something
get in there
where,
and play it.
if you wanted to
So
invite your
I'll have a
friends into
full
it, then
first
you could do that
impression
as well.
video
So
for
that's
you guys
really
as soon as
the initial
I get some
vision of the
hands
game,
on
not
with it.
an
But
MMO, not a multiplayer
they are
game
showing
with
it off. It's a
stories
big
sort of
deal.
bolted on the side, but
It's the
something
biggest
new and
deal,
different, and
I
the
think, that
team has
is
really
not
captured
sports
that
related
vision over the
for
years.
Electronic Arts this
You
year.
fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world,
No, we're good. I'm good.
I'm good.
the
Thank
world
you.
is really dangerous, and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique
DJ
for,
Cajo, they've
for
made
Anthem, is that
lots of
this
types of
is
games
a
out
living
there.
shared world. So
MDK2
whether
was one of my first
weather,
games that I
or,
visited the
it's
studio with.
nighttime,
They can make
what we're
action shooters.
experiencing, we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a
Look at
single
this.
player
This is
experience.
so cool.
I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my actions. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also
Mass Effect
designing it
Andromeda
so that
was
we can add
disappointing
stories for
because
years to
of
come.
the
So one of the
commitment
first
to
things
this
that we
game.
hear when
Eyes
from
and
our
hands
community is
and
they want to continue
creativity
to play in our
was
worlds when they finish
being
Mass
put
Effect
into
or
this
Dragon
title
Age.
because they're
Players
launching
want more
something that
stories.
could be their
And so
next
we've designed
massive
Anthem in a
brand.
way that we can
And
actually add
this
more
was the
stories for
AAA, I
years to
think,
come. And
at
it could be
BioWare.
any-
I think like while they were
new
in
moment
production of
with
this
a
game, I think they were
character
looking
that
at
you've
titles
grown
like
to
Destiny,
love,
that was
or,
really doing well
an
at
event
that
in the
time.
world
Obviously,
that,
Destiny's not doing
deepens
so
the
hot
lore,
now.
or, an
But
entirely new
it's just
storyline or plot.
you know, I think
Well, I'm
they
certainly
were
not
really
gonna
feeling
complain
it. This is
about
the
more
next
story. I don't
huge
think
IP
anybody
for
out
them.
there is going to either.
And it might
So
be,
Devin, I
but
wanted to ask you,
at the same time, you
kind of
just
like
never know
a
with these trends and these battle
Can you speak
royale
to what it's
phases
like
that
to create a
audiences
new
go
world?
through.
Yeah, and if
It's
you start
just-
development on a thing that's
Well,
hot
what's really exciting
now,
Exactly.
for
2
us,
years from now,
Making
or
a battle
3 years now.
royale game
but
from
all
ground
of
up right
the-
now might be the worst
yes,
idea.
designers,
Totally.
The artists,
So,
is that
like, I wouldn't
we're
do it.
creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And then really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, that's the power of creating new IP.
Go
especially
Edmonton
for
from Twisted
games, is
Magic.
that you
It is
actually
pretty
get
rad that
to
they're based there.
Build a whole fictional
they,
universe that's meant to
they
bring
make
out a certain
sort of
experience.
world-changing
And then once
art
we do
from
that,
there.
That's
then
awesome,
we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around
Somebody,
art style,
I forget who
tone,
mentioned it, but they
and
want
even
lots
the
of
technology
customization
and
with the
politics
mech suits,
of
and I
our
think
new
that would be
world.
cool.
And
Isn't
then
that what they're
from there, we
going
can
for?
actually go
I
and
think so,
build
but
out
yeah,
every last
I really
detail.
want mystery. I really want there to just be
unique challenges for Anthem
not a
is that
feature list
it's
and more
world,
just like you
an
just
experience that's
uncover
meant to feel
stuff in the
alive, like
game
it's
and like, oh, I can do
happening,
this,
right
oh, I can do
now.
that, like
And
with
so
Zelda,
the world is
or
always
the
changing,
Famuto
whether
Ueda games where you just don't know
storms,
all of the stuff
seasons,
that you're going to see and do,
yeah, it's a
Well,
really
it's very
good
hard to
concept
keep
write
secrets
for
like
because
that in
what it
today's
means is it
time
gives
and
us the
age.
opportunity
Totally.
to
Especially with these
drop into
multiplayer
the
games,
world,
but
almost in real time,
it's
a
still
dramatic
very
event
cool. Like,
that
this looks
changes the
phenomenal.
world for everyone, and that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exo suits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top
when I hear
of
the word
that,
freelancer, I always think about all the
rivals,
game
Dominion,
journalists that I know that
have,
are freelancers hustling for game
discovered a way, they
reviews
think, to weaponize
and feature
the
stories.
of creation. And so we need to
oh, DJ
stop
Kehoe,
them
EA's generic Destiny wannabe. Oh, come on.
Now, I've heard you call
Yeah, it's weird. It might not be a good time to release a game like this, but who knows?
Like,
BioWare is a talented team.
We call them javelins, and there are
Twisted
four,
Magic, I think that trial and error is
they each
absolutely
have, unique abilities.
a
There's the
technique or
Ranger,
a mechanic in games,
then
but
there's the
I don't know
Colossus,
if they are the
the
massive games
Interceptor,
anymore. I think they're more
and
sort of
finally,
the
the
slide
Storm.
over this way.
Yeah, so
This way?
each
I think that
javelin
they're
is
kind
a
of like the
different way to
roguelikes
play
and things
the
like
game.
that we're seeing those
But
in.
the
I don't
thing
know
to
if those are the big
remember is, like
blockbusters.
Kathleen said, you're not your
So they pretty
suit,
much
you
showed
are
the
a
4
freelancer, a
classes.
pilot, which means you can decide which suits you
very
want
cool.
to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the
So you got your
javelins that
tanks and
friends
your lighter ones.
Lighter one,
really
there's
what
like
the
the
magic
Valve
user
do
type
is
deal.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
We built the suits to look like they're built
Those
from
look great.
materials of the world.
Like that.
So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at
They look
the
like
Ranger now.
Iron
The Ranger
Man
is a
fused
more
with
generalized suit,
Evangelion
able
a
to,
little bit. You know?
Yeah,
do a lot
right?
of different things. Use really designed for up close and personal.
Which is the way you do it.
One-on-one.
EA will have to work hard to convince us that this
The
isn't
Colossus
Destiny
is
2 with
heavier,
mech
more
suits. The graphics and cinematics
specialized.
are so
They're able to
good, but it makes you wonder how many
pack in big
resources were
weapons
left
that
to
let them devastate the
fill the game with content. Great point, Attack of the Pixels. I loved BioWare games,
just gonna say
but
the
I just
Storm
can't get
is
excited
gonna
for
be my
Anthem.
favorite.
I
I'm
can't
sure
feel
you
the
guys out there are
BioWare
picking
spirit
your
in it,
faves right
Michael
now,
Gooch
too.
is saying.
So the javelins are awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their
Cavario,
own, what
I
kind
rated
of
5
customization
giant
options
cube
will be available
bonfires
in
out of
Anthem?
5. I don't know
Yeah,
what
so
that
we really
means.
want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way they're.
You guys like that
plays,
pre-recorded
gear,
tweet?
And, weapons,
Yeah.
but also being able to personalize
It's a customization.
The way that it looks.
Johnny
You
McFly,
can
please
change
no
the
expansion
actual,
passes.
Geometry of the
So here we
suit
go, the
itself.
customization
We
right
want
here.
Teams to be able to do this as well.
Everybody's going to look
And
like
because
Iron Man. I'm going to tell you that right now.
it's
It's going to be red and gold everywhere.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Make
'cause
yourself look like the
actually,
Arkham
Julian
Knight.
Legato
Yeah.
has a
Solid.
question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Loot box, the word showed up at the
going to
EA
have,
press
some
conference.
cosmetic
Loot box, it
companions
was
that
there.
you'll be able to purchase,
See what they say.
but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power.
No loot box.
So that means
But there are
no
cosmetics
ability
that you have to
spend
buy.
money
So a lot of
on
those
gameplay
cool
advantage
colors
at
you
all
guys
within
saw,
Anthem.
most likely
But
have to
even
pay
more
for
important
them.
than that, we want to make sure that Anthem is an immersive experience that feels like it's complete from the get-go. So that
Immersive,
means the
yeah.
story
That's another
of the
shot
open
for
world
us.
is an ongoing service that provides new
Like,
content
this
for
game
a
is
long
really
time.
looking like a core pillar of EA's strategy going forward.
Well,
Snarky.
glad to hear that I can make my javelin pink. That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest. All right, Casey. We talked earlier about this.
You can make
being
your
about
javelin
co-op
pink with a
experience.
price of
So can you tell me a little bit about
$2.99.
how
Yeah.
the team gameplay in Anthem's going to work?
Yeah, it really is about the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So I think here we're going to see the Colossus, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. If we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, in melee
cool.
combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using
Tyler Fisher, that is
special
that's
abilities
a
and
loaded
stuff like
comment
that.
there, my
But
friend.
what
And I
love
think what it
is
comes
you don't
down
just
to
run
is that
around,
there's
you're
been a lot
swimming and
of
flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the State
anger
wants to know,
created
how will you
by
balance multiplayer with
promises made that
single-player
were not
storytelling?
So
kept,
Anthem's really built
and
around trying to combine
a lot of splitting the marketplace,
impact
a lot of
of having
people
your own
feeling like
personal story
their
with the fun of playing
dollars
with other
weren't getting
players.
what
But we
they
really
thought
wanna make
they were
sure
getting.
that
You know,
playing
they're
with
spent
people
on stuff
feels
that
like a
didn't
choice.
really sort
So
of
for people that
fit
want to just
all
experience
the bills
story,
that were promised to
you're gonna
them.
be able to do that.
But it
Now,
is
going
sad
into
that
an
there
open
is so
world
much
like this,
skepticism and,
by yourself is going to be a little
distrust
bit more
with a lot of the game
challenging
developers
than
because
the team
these
of four
people
people.
are working their
And we
butts off
really
to try
tried
to.
balance the
They're not trying to
experience
screw
to be
people
fun,
over. They're
even
trying to
for
make
people that don't
awesome
normally
things,
engage
you know.
in this kind of thing. So I really hope that
But the
everyone
business
at least
has a
gives
lot
co-op
of
a try.
catching up to do with
Okay, that's good to
people's
know. If you wanna
expectations
roll
out there.
solo, you
They have to
can,
flip
but
that narrative around, I think.
a little bit more
Get people
difficult.
excited all the way across the board.
Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How
70
about
minutes long
show a
so
little
far on this press
gameplay?
conference, and Kev
Yeah?
Grant is not
Good
feeling it.
about that? All right, so Kathleen, I think you're going to set this up for us?
Matthew
I will.
Winstone,
So,
EA Avengers.
You and your friends have decided to play
Tales from the Man
mission
Cave.
called
I'm officially
Scars and
uninterested in
Villains.
EA
Scars have
releases
put
by
together
now.
An acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base.
I don't know how big a fire team is
You
in this
have a
game. Is it
conversation
4
with your
people or is
crew,
it 3 like
Halleck,
Destiny?
Faye, and Owen, and you'll
Looks like
hear
it's
Owen.
4,
He's
right?
going to
I
talk
hope
us
so. I
through
mean,
the
they keep
mission
showing
as
3
we-
here,
as
but
we
there's 4
experience it
classes.
here.
So I hope that there's at least 4 people in one
then you
group.
just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today.
Fat Chimp,
we're
you
gonna
can
go
you
ahead
can come
roll
up
the
and
gameplay now.
talk to us
Enjoy,
if you were
everybody.
here. I don't know if you are here, if someone's here, but yeah, the T-shirts are in the building. So if you want one, come and talk to us. We will get you one.
Okay, see this gameplay.
Okay, here we go.
Freelancer, time to get to work. Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid and using it as a weapon. So, I know they're making this garbage. Shut it all down. Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid.
Gotcha, Fat Chimp.
Look at that world. It looks like something straight out of Avatar or something. It looks very,
Looks
very cool.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Owen, what's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
I also want to know what the gameplay is going to be like out of the suit too. You know, like that also
Right.
has to be as
Checking out
fulfilling
the
as
scar
being
camp
in the
some more.
suit.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move
I
quickly.
mean, look at that. It looks so cool.
Gorgeous.
There's so much going on. It looks.
Gorgeous game.
Wow. Looks like they have some underwater stuff.
Yep.
There's a shaper relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful.
Okay, bud. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. We're here tomorrow too if you want to come down.
I'm working.
Oh, okay. Happy E3.
Whoa.
This looks incredible.
Yeah.
I'm in for
Return
this.
to the relic. You've got to
Yeah.
silence it fast.
Oh, this is the Storm class. That's pretty much the magic user.
Yeah, they are full on taking on Destiny.
Yeah, well, of
100%.
course, for sure. And I'm sure the team at Bungie must be a little concerned
Got
because
silence.
Yes.
Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for?
Cool.
Wait, something's happening.
How's it going?
What the hell was
Awesome,
that?
man.
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position.
Thanks for wearing that. It's a sharp looking shirt.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay.
Oh yeah. What year?
There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down.
2015, right on.
We should find the
Fantastic. Are
source.
you a game maker or do you just? Okay, very cool.
Follow you on YouTube every day.
Awesome, man. Thank you. What's your name?
My name's Carlo.
Carlo, good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see both of you.
Yeah,
I'm also
pleasure.
known as Man of Valor 76.
Man of Valor 76.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
commented on you when you were playing The Prey.
Yeah.
I mentioned to you that it's better to use your wrench.
You're helping me out. Very cool. What do you think of Anthem? Yeah.
How cool
Yeah.
is that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Yep, and that was actually just
I
a
think it
short
looks
version
pretty good. The
of
chat
demo
seems
that we
pretty
brought to you today. So
pretty
if you wanna
psyched on it so
come
far.
by the Anthem Theater here at
Yes.
EA Play. You can check out the game live.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to
So,
be
question
super exciting, and
everyone's
Xbox has
mind.
got to come out and
When
show
do we
us
get to
some really big
play?
things.
So
Overall,
Anthem
this has
comes
been a
out
little bit of a
February
disappointing
22nd.
conference, yeah.
Oh,
Good
man.
to see you, Carlo.
Carlo.
All right, man.
Pleasure meeting you,
Xbox
man.
One, PlayStation
All
4.
right.
Yeah.
The market
Yeah,
now.
dude. It's an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Thank
Good
you
to
so
see you.
much again.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks for the
All
entire
right, enjoy.
team. I know you guys had
Richard
that
Grundy's in the
awesome
chat.
dinner
Good to see you,
outside.
brother. Cooper Bibot.
Tuesday,
They're talking to each other. Former EPers.
All right.
Slow conference, yes.
We got a lot to talk about, Vic.
Yes.
Let's do as we usually do when we end these conferences out.
We got to score this sucker, right?
We're gonna
get
score.
it.
We're
yes.
gonna get to scoring. Let's first do our breakdown here.
Yeah.
Pretty much what we expected, but even
We
a
got the
little
launch
worse.
date here, February 19th. So February next year,
yeah.
we have Days Gone,
Now, for those of you keeping score,
and we also have Crackdown.
Yeah, I mean, if Crackdown doesn't get delayed again, let's not be hopeful about Crackdown. All right? So I don't know if Blake wants to put the volume lower or whatnot. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But we'll do our breakdown here. We'll cover exactly what happened from the beginning of the conference.
Yep.
I'll put this one down too. So the conference started off with obviously they always like to start off strong with these EA conferences. So start off with the Anthem 3D little flyby like boss battle thing, and they were like, oh, we're going to show you guys more Anthem later just to keep the audience teased. Straight after that, went into Battlefield 5, showed us the graphics, destruction, environment, and released Battle Royale for Mr. Victor Lucas here, which obviously they said is going to include vehicles and everything you'd expect from the usual Battlefield experience. So we're going to see more of that during the Xbox briefing. That's tomorrow morning.
We're going to see the story mode, the single-player element
11,
of it.
I want to say. I have it actually written down
It's at
here. 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, so we start our stream tomorrow at noon. We'll get into the pre-show, and then
we'll talk,
and then we'll get into Xbox. Fingers are crossed that Xbox just rocks us tomorrow. I really hope so.
I mean, solid start. A little tease, obviously, with Anthem. It's a Battlefield. After that, we went into the sports stuff. There's a FIFA 19 trailer released. Or announced the Champions League, I should say, and then there's a free update for FIFA 18, which is also free to play for a period of time.
Yep.
Where they're introducing the World Cup stuff. If you guys are FIFA fans, that's cool to check out.
That's already available. I already downloaded all of that.
I think you have every sports title, all right?
and honestly, the Battlefront 2 news, apart from Grievous and some of the Clone Wars stuff, was pretty disappointing too.
It was pretty disappointing,
because a lot, like the solo stuff, has already come and gone in a lot of ways. You know. Anyways,
the hype was already over.
Yeah.
Later on, Andrew Wilson came out, obviously a big face of EA.
Yep.
Announces Origin Access Premiere.
Yeah.
Which is the streaming service. You're going to be able to play Madden, going to be able to play Need for Speed on there. It seems like you can even play Anthem as soon as it's out.
It also seemed a little bit like it was, you were still speculating about exactly what it is, though. You know, it's not super clear about what the pricing is going to be.
Exactly. Pricing is the big word here because
Yes.
that's the thing. We've been seeing a lot of these streaming services. Obviously, I think Microsoft, it's not a streaming service, but it's kind of like a Netflix that you can download.
Yep.
They've been doing it the best so far.
Yes.
It's called, what is it called? Microsoft Xbox Access, or I own it too. I don't even know the name of it. I'm paying for it because it's such a good deal.
I forget it too, yes.
It's $10 a month or whatnot.
Yeah.
If this is around that realm, but the thing is, in terms of game streaming, I've yet to see something be successful. PlayStation Now has been a bit of a mess, as cool as it was. Obviously, what was it? Not the Ouya, There's Game Live. There's a lot of these streaming devices. Hopefully, EA does it quite well.
Xbox Game Pass, Jordan Cunningham coming through for
Thank
us,
you.
buddy.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yes.
You've always got our back.
Yes.
Battlefront 2, you just mentioned. They released a new score system, extractions coming there, new Starfighter mode, new heroes. They're going into the Clone Wars a little bit more.
Yep.
So we're going to see General Grievous was one of the characters they announced with Count Dooku and Anakin Skywalker, young Anakin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be playing all of that. It just wasn't thrilling, and I like that they've got Alden Ehrenreich in there. I like that they have Donald Glover in there. That's cool.
That's cool.
But it wasn't thrilling, What would have been thrilling is 2 minutes of the Respawn game.
To be honest, Vic, 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
All I wanted to see was 30 seconds.
Yes.
This game is coming next year.
Yeah.
Here's what it's going to look like. Makes the fans excited. But the fact that Vince was just sitting on the sidelines, that's not, I don't know. It's just this.
Yeah.
We'll get to how disappointing this was. So after that was probably our favorite part, or one of our favorite parts of the conference.
Yeah.
Actually, not that. Never mind. Not Unravel. It's after Unravel. So Unravel 2 got announced. Spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
About, I want to say, like 10 minutes of the conference was on Unravel.
Too long, yeah.
And
it would have been more effective if the first Unravel game was universally beloved.
Exactly.
I think this is another surprise
Niche
that a
kinda
sequel
game, too.
came, and that's a nice surprise, but the first game wasn't so amazing that we were like, oh my god, I can't wait for more. Now, that being said, this might actually turn the franchise, now it's a franchise, it might turn it around, and we might get super excited about what this game provides and be excited for more if more does come.
Exactly. Hey, we're talking about it, and it's out today, which is
that's cool.
Which is the biggest thing. So I think for them, this was more of the promotion for the entire game.
True,
it was just
right.
using E3 as that platform.
Right.
Then it was Sea of Solitude. This is the game that we really enjoyed. This is another one of their EA originals. Obviously, their EA original last year was A Way Out, which obviously got a lot of people excited. Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude, SOS.
Looks very cool. Cool art style. I loved, like you mentioned, the human aspect of the
presentation.
The presentation, developer being there. She was getting nervous and she was open about it. It's just, you feel that human interaction.
Mike Dodd says easily weakest EA press conference in years.
Terrible.
And Tales from the Man Cave said 2.75 out of 10 from Sweden. And he had a lot of Swedish developers up on stage too, and he's still like, meh, I was not entertained.
It was, man. Then it was on to NBA Live 19.
Which should have been NBA Street.
It should have been NBA Street.
Or they should have said NBA Live 19. NBA Street. Why aren't I cutting these trailers for?
With big sound effects. Then it went into Madden esports for a while. That presentation was too long as well.
Oh, yes.
Just so boring.
Yeah, guy with the belt on.
Then we went to Vic's most excited and hyped for game, the Command & Conquer Rivals, which is a mobile RTS game. You said you wanted a Command & Conquer.
Yeah, that was.
They delivered. I don't know why you're asking for more.
All of EXP fall asleep here for a little bit. It was like nap time. We all curled up.
It was such a weird...
Didn't even know what the game was until the end, right? That was crazy.
The dumbest part about that. I think people would have been more interested if they mentioned Command & Conquer right from the get-go.
Right, yes.
But they just
let us live with a cutscene for a second, and then here's a minute of people playing the game.
Exactly.
Instead, we watched a whole match, and nobody cared.
And then it was on to the end, which was just what we thought it was going to be, the Anthem trailer ending it out.
You forgot the Andrew Wilson sort of we are learning, and we are hearing, and we are listening, and we've got this EA cares and plays, and
I just feel like they say that every year. I just feel like obviously they kind of try to...
I think it has a little more resonance and meaning this year because of things that they are, like they actually asked, is there loot boxes? And they said, no loot boxes, right? And when they announced Battlefield 5, no loot boxes. Like they have to respond, which is, I think that's a step forward. But yeah, this was not exciting, this press conference.
It was, that was it.
Yeah.
That's the end of it, and I wish that we got more off of it, but... You're out of 10 rating, Vic.
Well, Anthem is exciting as hell to me. I can't wait to play that game. I can't wait to play SOS. And the rest of the stuff is, Battlefield 5 is going to be amazing as well. And the fact that they did come forward with the Battle Royale mode is not unexpected, but it makes that conversation very interesting now. Like what's going to happen to the Battle Royale genre in general now. I don't think it was a terrible conference. It was just really underwhelming, and it was there were just not enough games. But there were 2 terrific presentations with SOS and with Anthem.
Like comparing it to last year's conference, I have all my notes here too.
Yeah.
I mean, last year they showed off more Battlefield 1 stuff, more the DLC.
Yeah.
We had Need for Speed show up.
Right.
We had A Way Out, which was good.
Yeah.
Anthem was a big surprise.
Yes.
And obviously, everyone was so excited for Battlefront 2 back then.
Yeah.
This year, just
less
way
thrilling.
less.
Yes.
Way less.
I mean, when you're
thrilling.
talking about stuff that's being updated to existing games, and you're taking up chunk of your time in your press conference for E3, you're not really selling it.
I think
you know?
there was a
And
reason.
also, every time you come out with a game as exciting as Anthem and you show it again, it's a little less exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's
Absolutely.
like, and saying it's you still got to wait till the calendar flips over to the next year for the game to come out.
Yeah.
Becomes and like.
Because we felt like we've already seen Anthem.
Yeah,
you know?
the shock is
exactly.
Now it's like, prove it. But I think they're proving it, and I am hyped for it.
Yeah, come to think of it, there was no shock this whole conference.
There was no what?
There was no shock. There was no real big reveal that we were like, oh my god, this is coming.
Yeah.
No mention of Dead Space, no celebration of the 10-year anniversary coming out this October. I know that the chances were slim, but it's just like, it just shows how EA is just passing off these fantastic franchises that they have. For me, it was a 3 out of 10.
It's a heartbreaking thing when it is about EA Originals and it's all about the new stuff, and they have these franchises that we want to see again lying dormant, and they're not doing anything with them.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was not awful, and I actually am really happy for Andrea and for Jose. I think they did a good job hosting this. I think that was a great choice. People up on stage with belts on, not a great choice. Mobile esports, not a great choice.
Yeah.
I almost feel like the sports should get its own press conference.
I think so too. I feel like you said, I think you're right in terms of they're just trying to advertise it. That's why they're using this platform to do it. But obviously EA has a whole day to themselves.
Yeah.
And this show is going to keep going on for longer. But they should focus more of this esports conversation more into the afterwards stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think people just care enough. I just don't think it makes them look good. Just bringing on weird people on stage who are just having really awkward and scripted conversations doesn't help.
Yeah.
You know, it just, I don't know.
Super underwhelming.
Yeah.
4.5 out of 10 for me.
4.5.
Yeah.
You're nice.
Yeah.
You're nice.
I mean,
Vic.
there was definitely some highlights. What do you guys think? Yays or nays?
Yays for what?
For the press conference. Sort of in the middle. Yay for Anthem and nay for everything else.
Yeah.
But a lot of this, right? EA's got to do better. They make a lot of money, right? Yes. Yes. EA, you got to do better. Everybody at EXP, you're getting one of these. We were somewhat entertained.
No,
we need.
You gotta go down.
It's
a down
and
for
Behr
me, man.
was not entertained.
You guys
You'd be
are
eaten by lions right now.
You guys are being nice. You guys can tell this is a Canadian crowd right now because that was not at all.
Many of these people work at EA in Burnaby right now. So
they have to. If they go anywhere like this, it's back to the freelance life.
Yes. So tomorrow we have 2 massive press conferences.
I cannot wait.
And Xbox, again, another company that is sort of up against the wall, has to prove what they're made of.
Xbox is probably the conference I'm most
Me
excited
too.
about.
Me too.
Why? Because what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, like obviously they got to expand on Game Pass.
Yeah.
There's some people thinking that they're gonna combine the live service and Game Pass together and do some.
And that's the rumor for PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now in their conference as well, right?
PlayStation Now is
streaming has got to become that's the secret ingredient in Netflix, is that they made the price so low it was irrefutable, right? It was just like, oh, well, of course I'll tack on that $10.
And Game Pass is a better price than PlayStation Now is as well. PlayStation Now is quite expensive for a year.
Yes.
That's why I think it hasn't caught on.
Yeah.
On top of that, Game Pass is not a streaming service. So
Yes.
You're actually downloading the games and own them for as long as you have your subscription. So
yeah. So this was disappointing, EA. You got to do better. You got to come out with more hot games and more games that we know and love that you're bringing back. And it can't just be that Xbox has made it backwards compatible. It's got to be like, we love these franchises too. Here you go. And Command and Conquer Mobile. Oh,
Vic,
man.
come on. That's our future. And I feel like the expression on the guy who came out and presented Battlefront 2, the DLC for it, I just felt like that kind of expressed the whole situation that EA is in. Where it's just this guy is apologizing for
a Star Wars Battlefront game.
Yes.
Unreal,
it's
right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's nuts that we're in this.
Yes.
You know, a year ago, people were losing their minds over Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And this is
I
the
was,
situation.
and I still
was
loved the
too.
game when I played it. I went to the press review thing, and I just was like, "This is incredibly fun." And then all of the loot box stuff, hit, and all of the monetization and the disparity, and the when they opened up the servers to everybody is when all hell broke loose. And it sucks because that's a team that is capable of building us so much beauty. Anyway, but now it's their cross to bear. Yeah. Huge disappointed with no Respawn tease.
No Respawn tease, yeah.
Right?
I think
and nothing about the Amy Hennig game.
They were smart to do that very early in the conference, and that was totally strategized, right? Because I think the whole time people have been waiting, Respawn, when are they coming up?
Yeah.
But it was like the third thing that came up was she just went to the audience. It's like, hey, Vince.
Yeah.
It's not coming. It's not going to be shown this time.
What you got going on?
So it's really weird. Really
yes.
Weird.
All right, you guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Tomorrow we have got a long day of streaming, though. Not only are we going to be doing the Xbox stream in the early afternoon, and then we've got the Bethesda stream. I think it starts around 6 or something tomorrow.
It is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time.
6:30 tomorrow. But in between, we're going to be live from, we're not leaving. We're going to stay at EXP. So if you are around the Vancouver area or you're not too far and you would like to come and join in some of the E3 celebrations, please come on down. We will have shirts for sale, and we will be playing some games and doing some tournament stuff in between. So some Smash Brothers and some Street Fighter and things like that. Blake just ordered himself a nice big heaping.
I'm like,
he's got some yam fries going right now.
He's ordering everything.
Amazing.
I just see drinks. And everything. Blake is having the time of his life.
Tomorrow you'll
right
watch
now.
Blake get hammered as he's doing the stream. The camera's going to go all crazy. It's going to be great. No, but we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow, and we would love for you to come on down. But thank you so much for being in the chat. D9000, Attack of the Pixels, Corey Reed, John Hitbox, Kev Gretz. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys could hear everything, and we figured that out. We could hear everything too. It worked out okay.
It worked out perfectly.
And we had the viewers in on this too, the people that are here. Thanks for being here, you guys. You all rock. Thank you. It's awesome. And we will see you tomorrow. Remember, there's tons of other content for you to check out, so please do hit that subscribe button if you dig us, and that little bell if you're so inclined, that sponsorship button.
Oh, get them.
Play forever.